Happy Saturday, everyone. Welcome to Geeks of the Roundtable. It's the best day of the week. It's the best movie show on the internet. Co-hosted not only by myself, but of course my co-host right here next to me, Zachariah Papaya. How are you doing today, Zach Pope?
My friend, I'm very tired. My friend hit me up yesterday. He goes, "Hey, I want to take you to dinner tonight to this really, really nice
Oh,
Italian restaurant." And I said,
that's cool.
because I got him he's been wanting the new Xbox like really badly, and I
Mm.
fucking stayed up and I hit refresh a bunch of times and I got him it. So like he paid me back for that and stuff, but like he still wanted to he goes, "I know how hard you went for that," so I was like, "Oh, okay." So
Oh, that's
fucking
cool.
amazing restaurant though. I do like if you ever come to Arizona, we're going. Like it is fucking amazing. I haven't had Italian food
I'm
like that in like
I'm
years.
yours to take. If I ever go to
Okay,
Arizona, I'll accept wherever you take.
because
Unless it's a chain restaurant that exists out
no,
here and I know
no,
how I
dude.
feel about it.
Yeah,
Nah.
nah, dude.
Other
The
than that,
owner,
I'll go wherever
yeah,
you
the
take me.
owner's from Italy. Like, dude, like, cause we were there till
Nice.
like I think 11, and the owner came out and he was like, cause they were closing up and our reservation was so fucking late. We were still eating our food. But he's coming out and he's giving all of his employees fucking wine and shots. He goes, "Great job tonight." And then he let us take a shot with him.
Nice.
And he had
That's
this like
cool.
lemon juice shot that's like he makes
Okay.
purely out of lemon and bourbon. Holy shit. It
Hmm.
didn't even taste like alcohol. Perfect, man. Perfect. But I'm full. I'm good, man. Uh Pretty good. Just
You're still
exhausted.
digesting. What'd you
Yeah.
get? What was the dish?
So we got like a couple different things. So we got a tortellini
Okay.
that
Nice. Okay.
that we got two tortellinis, then we like he got one, I got one, and then the tortellini had filet mignon wrapped in it,
Ooh.
and then they had
Okay.
all this special red sauce poured over it. Amazing. And then for the main dish, we each got a pasta, and he got squid ink noodles.
Mm,
So they spread squid ink and then like dye the
yeah.
noodles,
The noodles are black.
and then it's all in lobster, like it's literally in a
Oh,
lobster.
nice.
And then mine
Okay.
was sun-dried tomato noodles with scallops and shrimp.
Love
Oh,
sun-dried tomatoes.
dude,
Fucking love
holy
sun-dried tomatoes.
shit. Was that like the best, like literally the best thing I've ever had in my life. I tried the squid ink ones and they were good, but they literally tasted like squid. Like it was very
All
unique
right.
tasting. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, man. But how about you? How you doing?
Exciting. I'm good. I'm good. Didn't have any particular special meals, but I'm probably gonna have tonight because we're going to the Gordon Ramsay burger restaurant that is near the place where we're going out
Ah,
tonight. Um,
that's gonna be
and
fun.
yeah, I'll let you know next week how I felt about it. But
There you
yes, what
go.
did you guys have for dinner? Now you know how this works. We're going to get into a few news topics, and then we're going to get into your live questions. And there are three ways of asking live questions. You can just submit it in the live chat and we'll do our best to get to them. You can guarantee that your question is answered by going through the tip link in the description or through the super chat feature that not only again guarantees that your question is answered immediately, but also you support the channel while you do it. All right, guys, before we properly get started with news topics, let's go into one of our recent additions to the show and one of my personal favorites, Zach. I don't know if it's one of your personal favorites, but we're going to our weekly rankings. And throughout this week, I didn't watch too much new stuff. I still had a lot of catching up to do when it comes to LFF stuff, and I'm still not finished. There's one left, and I'm very lazy to do it because I really didn't like it. So I'll leave it at that. But starting my bottom this week at weekly ranking is Benediction. I uploaded a review
Oh,
2 days ago. I was very excited for it. It stars Jack Loudon. He played. Oh, I forget the character's actual name, but he played Paige's brother in Fighting with My Family. He's incredible. It's a period piece. I love period pieces. It also stars Peter Capaldi, so I went into it very excited. It's not good. It does everything a film should do wrong. It's got a handsome production. It's clearly got money behind it, and Jack Loudon is great. He's got a grace and charm and a poise, a presence on screen. And he's actually very good if you want to hire him for an audiobook. He's fantastic narrating, and there's just way too much narration in that film. And now there's a gap from that to the next thing. There's a gap because I also watched Bull, It's a very intense revenge thriller, and for the most part, I was really enjoying it. And then the last 5 minutes kind of take it down a few pegs. But I cover it all more in detail in my actual review. So go check that out if you haven't yet. Then I am going to have the final episode of season 1 of Only Murders in the Building. You guys know how much I love this show. And the last episode did not disappoint, and I need season 2 yesterday. In second place on my weekly ranking, I'm going to have The Last Duel, which I finally watched. It really is great. It's very, very, very good. Not as great as I wanted it to be, but very good. And yeah, that's my number 2. And I watched it twice this week. Those were my round 2 and my round 3. I rewatched Dune, and it's just as spectacular, if not better, than the first time I watched it. So that's my number 1, and I got a few things lined up for this upcoming week. And by the way, I know probably, hopefully, more people will come into the show as we go on. And this person is probably not even watching, but I'm planning something, and I wanted to shout out Griffin Schiller from FilmSpeak, who gave me an incredible help earlier this week with a video I have planned that I'm not ready to speak about. But just in case he happens to be watching, because a few times he has happened to be watching and interacted with us in the chat, I want to shout him out.
He's funny. He jumps into stuff, doesn't talk at all, and then like he'll talk to you like a couple days later, and then he'll mention it. Because like I don't remember, me and him were like playing a video game like a couple days ago, and he mentioned something. I'm like that was like from like 4 weeks ago. He goes, "Oh, I just like jumped in." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Just in case he has decided to jump in right now, I want to thank him because I reached out to him to help me with something, and I expected him to help me, but he went into full detail, analyzing the full scope of much more than what I originally asked. So big shout out to him, and go check out FilmSpeak if you haven't, which I'm sure you have because it's one of the biggest and best channels out there. It's something that I watch religiously. Maybe I'll wait for me.
Even though he didn't like Dune, so fuck him.
You know, I mean, he liked Dune. He just didn't love it.
Fuck Griffin.
But
he didn't like Dune.
That's my weekly ranking.
I'm kidding.
That's my weekly ranking. How about you?
I didn't watch that much. Well, I have watched that much this week, but like 3 things I'm embargoed on, so I can't even talk about like 3 of the movies, and I don't even think I can mention them. I mentioned one in our chat, but so I'll just kind of go over. At the bottom was Antlers. Ren, my review will be coming next week, but Jesus Christ, this was
my review would also be coming next week.
Sweet. It is one of the most boring movies I've watched in a long time. I was very disappointed. Took work off for like an hour and a half, left, go see the movie, watched it. And Del Toro's creature design, obviously there. It's great when it's there.
Okay.
But they try to frame it as a drama, as a horror, like, you know, and cool. I'm fine with that. As long as your drama is good. And it's not. And then when you don't have a good horror movie, then that's also not good. But then I don't know, because the critic behind me walked out, and when the rep was asking what her thoughts were, he goes, "That was the best horror film I've seen in 2 years." Good for you, my friend.
Maybe he doesn't like the other ones, I guess.
I guess so. Next is The French Dispatch, which I really liked. I was surprised by this. I'm actually really excited to see it again. I'm probably not going to go again to see it in theaters. I'll probably watch it when it comes back here, but delightfully surprised. I really enjoy Wes Anderson's movies. I will give it too long, and as it went on, the stories got not as interesting and not as interesting, but the performances were so good, and Wes Anderson has a way to keep the audience, even if you're not like enjoying it, there's something about it to where like you're infused with like the film. Like I know we talk about a lot about retention rate and shit on like YouTube and stuff, but like he has a really good job of keeping an audience attention. Like I'll give it that. Next is the Souvenir Part 2, which I'll review in a couple weeks. I watched the first one also this week, and I hated it. I almost like nearly I appreciated it more than I liked it. Like it's not like a terribly made movie. It's just I really did not like it. So then I was groaning over watching Part 2. I was just like, God damn, I do not want to watch Part 2. Literally picks up like right after. and I loved it.
Okay.
I loved it, and it made me appreciate one more. I still don't love one, but part 2 I really liked.
Okay.
Like, it's great. And at my number 1 is
Here's a
Dune
fun
again.
fact. Here's a fun
Huh.
fact before you go into Dune. The Souvenir, directed by both of them, directed by Joanna Hogg. You'll appreciate the director just because she was the person who first discovered Tom Hiddleston.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And at my number 1 though, it's Dune. And by the way, Joe Fletcher, he says, I don't understand how Griffin didn't like the Dune movie. Movies are subjective. Yes.
Yeah.
He didn't like the movie. It's fine. Like, I was just giving him shit. Like, he just didn't love it as much as we do. But I don't think he's like a giant Denis Villeneuve fan. I think that's a big thing.
He's not. Okay.
Nah, yeah. I think he...
I didn't know that.
I know he loves Prisoners, Sicario, and Incendies, I think. But he didn't like Blade Runner
Arrival.
as much. I don't think he liked Arrival as much.
Oh, okay. Because I believe he has it as number 1. Because he shared my
okay, maybe I'm
when
maybe
I posted
I'm
the
thinking
ranking.
the wrong list.
You tell us your thoughts on Dune. I'll check.
But yeah, I saw Dune for a 3rd time this week. I'm actually seeing it again tonight with my girlfriend. I fucking love this movie. It's just, it blows me away each time I watch it. Me and my friend who went to dinner last night, he's gone with me twice to see the movie. We couldn't stop talking about it. Like, half the dinner, we just talked about Dune. He's so into the world now. He's watched tons of YouTube videos on the mythology, the world.
Oh, wow.
He started reading the book. Like, he's almost done with the book already. Nice. So like, we were talking about, like, what's coming up, what's going to happen. Because, like, while the first one has a lot, part 2 has even more. And we were talking about, there's one sequence towards the back half of the book where I'm like, dude, when they adapt this to live action, I'm gonna fucking shit my pants in theaters. Because it's like, we see a little bit of action in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's action scenes in the book.
It's not an action film.
Yeah. That they describe that will automatically, if done right, will be up there with Two Towers, Helm's Deep. Easily. So yeah, really love Dune. Ren, I will be right back though. My dog keeps scratching at the door, and I think they have to go out, so I'm gonna run them out real fast.
Okay,
but keep going on with the show. I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
No worries. All right, everyone, and that is Zach Pope's weekly ranking. By the way, I was wrong. Griffin does not have Arrival at his number 1, but he has it as his number 3. His number 1 is Prisoners, which is amazing. That is my number 2. From Denis Villeneuve, and then he has Sicario. But yes, so while we wait for Zach, let's dive into our first topic today. Let me check which is our first topic. And yes, we have, unfortunately, we have something to talk about that happened, well, yesterday for me, because I woke up to this news, but I guess it was Thursday for you guys in America and other parts of the world. There was a tragic on-set accident on a set of an American Western film. I believe that's a genre, starring Jensen Ackles, Alec Baldwin, who just happens to be a producer on the film. There was a weapon discharged, and it was supposed to be a prop weapon. It unfortunately turned out to have a single live round in it. And sadly, it took the life of the cinematographer that was working on the film. Halyna Hutchins was her name. It injured the director, Joel Souza, which is a very Portuguese name. I actually don't know if he's Portuguese or maybe Brazilian. And throughout the entire day yesterday, news kept coming out. Essential, important, key pieces of information that we need when it comes to addressing this topic, because shit like this shouldn't happen. Shit like this already happened before. We've heard throughout the years about stunt doubles dying when rehearsing a stunt. Halyna Hutchins, unfortunately, is not the first cinematographer to die on set due to an accident. Brandon Lee died in a very eerily similar fashion, if not entirely similar. Bruce Lee himself died of an accident on set, I believe. And then his son unfortunately followed in his footsteps. This was a sad news to wake up to. This was a sad news to see certain reactions on Twitter from people that I would say I like interacting with these people, and it was just irky to see certain people say certain things. It was disgusting to see certain news outlets, certain reputable news outlets, address the situation from the angle they were addressing it. Look, yes, it wasn't Alec Baldwin's fault. Yes, he must be traumatized, but he's not the news. Yes, let's give the help the man needs. This is about the sad passing of Halyna Hutchins. That's all this is. This is what we should be focusing on, and especially after such recent shaky times that we had with the IATSE threatening to strike because the workers don't have safe work conditions. And then this happens. And then we eventually find out yesterday that there were corners being cut about security, and the cinematographer, Halyna Hutchins, had asked for safer work conditions for her crew. And apparently, none of this was happening. Corners were being cut as far as they just wanted to get the shoot along and shoot it as fast as possible. It just makes the whole situation even sadder. The more information that has come out about this has made the passing of Halyna even more sad, even more tragic. And I think things need to drastically change. And I know I'm not adding anything new to the conversation. I'm not adding anything new to the discussion. And I wish I actually had a proper solution for it all. I don't. And I'm not directly involved in this shit, but it hurts that to shoot a movie, especially even if it was Dune Part 2 or the next Avengers movie, it wouldn't justify this tragic accident, but especially for a film like this, nobody deserves to die on a film set. Nobody deserves to die doing their job. Nobody deserves to die doing the thing they love. And the point of this isn't really to knight or threaten. This is way more important than that. Knighting or sending to the dungeon this event, that's not the point. But it's something that is important to acknowledge that it happened. It's important we don't forget that it happened, and it's important that we demand change. We know these filmmakers will do so. And our worry right now shouldn't be on who's to blame, who goes to prison. Is it Alec Baldwin who fired the shot that he didn't know was in there, but he's also one of the producers in the film? Should it be the prop master? Which at first I was like, this is the prop master's fault. The prop master should be the one to pay because he got that shit in there. Uh, but with all the information that comes out, I don't think the point of any discussion, of any headline, should be, right now at least. Eventually, obviously, we need to get to the bottom of this. But right now, it shouldn't be who's to blame. It shouldn't be who pays for this shit. It should be, let's fix this. Let's fix this to the best of our ability so we make sure it doesn't happen again. We're sure IATSE is going to do it. We're sure the filmmakers involved and even the filmmakers not involved are going to fight and demand for change. And I think it kind of falls upon us film fans to demand that the people that make the movies that we love have safe work conditions and are not risking their lives by literally just doing their job that should have no particular cases of danger when it comes to it. You already have a lot of danger when it comes to shooting a film because of all the cables there are there and electricity, and it could rain if you're shooting on the outside. What's going to happen with the cables? Is somebody going to get electrocuted? You already have all those basic dangers that you actually have to fill a form out called the risk assessment. Beyond the basic things that would be present at a risk assessment, there should never be any more danger beyond those parameters. So I just thought it was important for us to talk about it. Unfortunately, Zach is not here yet, but I thought it was important to address the situation because, again, I wish we didn't have to address this situation. I wish we didn't have to talk about this because, again, shit like this shouldn't happen. Shit like this shouldn't be on the news. Shit like this Should be the last thing we hear about on a fucking film set. Who the fuck got a live round on a film set? And it's sad. And Zach's back. Glad you came back before I moved on because I wanted to get your thoughts on
Yeah.
this. I don't know how much you heard, but what are your thoughts on this accident on
Well,
set?
I've been keeping up to date with it because I've been very curious with it, and
Mhm.
it's just terrible. She was an up and coming cinematographer. She did a film called Arch Enemy, I think earlier this year,
Yeah,
last year. And it was actually,
last year.
yeah, and like one of the pros of it was the cinematography. I mean, she had a different
Yeah.
eye for unique things, and everything that comes out about it, it's just like she was like one of the next best. And I I think one of the things we haven't, the director is also injured on the, you know what I mean? Like,
hmm
so it's like there was two live rounds. Two.
No,
Was no?
he must have gotten the same bullet. He must have been
Okay.
standing next to her. Because I did, now that I think about it, I did read that he was injured, but I don't know if it was the bullet. Maybe he was next to the cinematographer and she fell, and he also fell and fell on something and injured him. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just terrible. And I also will say this. I don't know if you've seen those photos of Alec Baldwin going around of him like actually receiving the news. Whoever took
Yeah,
those photos, you're a piece of shit. Like,
yeah.
I'm
You're
just saying,
garbage.
like, we should not even be seeing those photos. Like everything going on,
No.
like it's important for us to know about this. But this is why another talk we have coming up, IATSE, why their strike was coming up
hmm
because stuff like this should not
Yeah.
be happening. But now I don't know if you saw like things have come out, and I don't know if you discussed it, how they hired non-union people because people walked off set.
Yes. Yes. I
So
didn't talk about specifically the non-union crew, so good on you for bringing that up. But I did talk about how corners were being cut to make
yeah,
sure that they could speed along the
which
shoot.
also goes along now that Alec Baldwin is a producer on this, a main
Yeah.
producer. So that is a part of his
hmm
job to make sure that those corners are not getting cut. So
Yeah.
there's a lot coming out of this. Either way, shape, and form. I've seen some people who go and like say, well, Alec Baldwin, he's a producer on it. It's also on him, which yes and no, but now he has to live with for the rest of his life that he was the one that shot that gun. So
Yeah.
it's a tough subject all around. My heart really goes out to the family though. She had
Mhm.
a kid, from my understanding. I think she had two kids and
I
a
think she had more
husband.
than one. I don't know how many, but she had more than one.
And my heart like breaks for her because
Yeah.
you don't go to a movie set thinking that's gonna be your last day.
No, you don't go to work thinking
Yeah,
you might get shot.
yeah.
Um,
Especially in
unless
that
you're at a
instance.
shooting range, and even then, but not the case here.
So
So yeah, we
it,
just thought that
it
was a shit.
I, I
Again, shit like this
still
shouldn't happen.
I still can't believe it though. And I just have to
Nope.
say, like, this will, like, I thought after when Brandon died from the crow that
Yeah,
this will never happen again.
that's the first thing that came to mind. How
Same.
does this kind of exact thing happen again? How?
Hmm.
How? How is this possible?
Well, and I was also, what was it? Some director, I can't remember who did it. He was tweeting out and talking about how, because someone asked, they're like, well, how'd she get, why was he pointing a gun at her? And it's like, how do you think people get the shots of like,
Yeah, must have been a POV shot. That's kind of
exactly.
not the important part.
But
Like
it's not. But then
what?
he
Yeah,
goes technically, you don't point the gun directly at them. But again, we don't know the circumstances. We don't know anything. My heart
no,
is just fucking broken for this lady, and I wish
yeah,
more people would mention like her. It's all about
yes,
Alec Baldwin, and it's
yeah.
like, yeah, sure, but like it's
I
about
was talking
her.
about that.
It's
I was
about,
talking
how do you
about
say her
that.
name?
Like
Helena
Halyna.
Hutchins.
I
Okay.
think it's Halyna. I don't know now that you
But for
mention
me,
it, but
it's
I
like,
think it's Halyna Hutchins.
how do you not talk about
Yeah,
her? Because the first thing I
yeah.
went and did was looked at what she'd done. That was the first thing I went and
hmm
did because I wanted to
Same,
see what she was doing.
same. And I did watch Arch Enemy actually last year.
Did you like it? I thought the cinematography was pretty good. The movie I
The
didn't love, but
cinematography was good. I didn't care for the movie too much. I watched it because I know one of the actors that's in it,
okay.
and so I just wanted to support him. So yeah, all right. R.I.P. Halyna Hutchins. Our thoughts are with her family, and
Yeah.
let's hope this situation gets resolved and this situation gets fixed and never happens again with anyone, be it an actor, a cinematographer, a director, any member of the crew, any member of the cast, any member involved in a film. That's what you're not there to shoot anything. You shouldn't be in danger. Again, but I already went on that diatribe. Zach, take us into happier pastures onto our second topic.
I don't know if it's happier. DC Fandome, we ask. Happened last week right after the show, Ren. I spent 4 hours of my life in this chair watching the show. And I wasted all 4 hours
Poor
of my
you.
life. I can talk about it now. I saw the Batman trailer the day before. And
oh yeah, that's right.
The only thing I was holding out was that they're going to show a Shazam trailer. Because the last time they showed Shazam trailer, they were like only 3 weeks in the production. So like I was shocked that they even had anything. You know, so I was sitting, and that's my thing. I was sitting there, I'm like, oh, you know, Aquaman 2, I didn't expect anything from. Flash, I expected like a full trailer.
And technically, you didn't get anything from Aquaman 2.
No, but you know, okay, let me talk about my pros, because was DC Fandome good? No, was not as good as the year before. But I also don't know if it's because the year before was a little bit more scheduled out. You knew when you had to tune in, stuff like that. Where this one, I get why they didn't do a schedule. It was because last year almost everything had leaked out beforehand. So they didn't want anything there.
And still it was better. And still it was better than this year.
So, you know, what was... Because I don't care about the CW stuff anymore. I'm done with it. I don't. But the goods. I thought all the first looks for the movies were good. But short. Like, tell me this. Why did we get a Flash 42-second teaser? You don't show Keaton. You don't show the Batmobile, which we all knows in the movie. We get to see the new Flash suit. We see another Barry Allen, which you and me have known about for fucking years. Yeah. And we don't even get to see Sasha Kaye, really, which it's like...
There's one shot of her, but that's it.
And then, for me, the panel end. No discussion with the cast, and discussion with the crew. Cam Newton got more time with his hats. Like, and it even goes to like
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, he's a football player, but it goes to the like.
That's why I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it goes to like the gaming stuff too. We didn't even get like gameplay. They just showed, hey, here's a new trailer, which is like cool. We get new looks at this, but like, there's a deliberate difference to gameplay and then a CGI trailer. So I don't know. Aquaman 2's behind the scenes stuff was cool, but like it got me a little bit more excited for the movie, but not like internally. Shazam's 2 is actually really good. I like seeing all the monsters and stuff like that. Black Adam looks great, but again, you're gonna tell me you couldn't do a trailer? You know what I mean? Like, have the cast discuss. I don't know. It just felt off. The Batman trailer was worth it though. Batman trailer was definitely fucking worth it. But I didn't need to watch any of it because I already fucking seen it. I was literally just waiting for the trailer to go up so I could download it, put it into the video, and upload it. So I don't know. What do we say, man? What do we say?
So I don't think DC Fandome was good. So I didn't watch the Batman trailer. I'm going to stay away, but I totally believe that it is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Taking that aside, we knew we were going to get a bad... Like, the biggest issue I have with Fandome is that there were no surprises. Unless I missed anything, Zach, because I didn't see anyone talking about anything that I didn't already know it's going to happen at DC Fandome. And like you said something repeatedly when you were going through your points about DC Fandome that I'm like, this perfectly encapsulates what the issue was with DC Fandome this year, and that is that there were no fucking panels.
Well, yeah. And the panels that there were, it was CW. But people come for the movies, man. Like, I'm not saying everyone does, but, like, I came for the movies.
In terms of the numbers, the percentage is for the movies, obviously. The CW is the CW because they don't need a lot of ratings. So I still follow the CW shit, and I hated that Flash trailer. I still follow the CW shit, and I was surprised this week when I was like, oh, there's already 2 new episodes of the new Legends of Tomorrow season. There's already 2 episodes of the new Batwoman season. There's already 2 episodes of the new Young Justice season. What the fuck? But that's an entirely different conversation, that the marketing is absolute shit.
Well, and that's the thing.
But
Young Justice. I love that show.
yeah,
They barely
me
talked
too.
about it.
I mean,
They barely
the
talked
first two
about it.
seasons I love. I love.
But you know
the
what I
first
mean? They
two
barely
seasons,
talked
and
about this
yeah.
new season.
Yeah, it's if you're not gonna have any panels, just upload those teasers, those videos to YouTube on their own. Which, by the way, they didn't even upload their shit to YouTube.
No.
You can only find those. I mean, the Batman trailer is there, yes, but they're not even promoting that it was a part of DC Fandome. It's just the Batman main trailer, so they might as well just put the trailer out there on its own without this quote unquote big event. It just doesn't make sense to me, Zach. And look, they were very successful. They tripled the numbers of people who went to check it out compared to last year. So maybe, hopefully in 2022, they make it better than it was this year. To me, it was just odd that this was an event and there was nothing event about it. It's a bunch of loading screens, technically speaking, and then boom, we have trailers or sizzles.
You didn't
or
watch the
previews.
Batman panel at all, though, right?
No.
Okay, because they did have that one. They
Whenever
actually had a panel.
Okay, that's one. But like to me, whenever I was between like trailers or first looks or whatever, I muted and I was looking at something else.
Okay, because the Batman panel, like with Robert Pattinson,
Mhm.
Zoe Kravitz, and Matt Reeves, was awesome.
Okay.
Like, and I saw someone go, "It seems like Pattinson doesn't want to be there." It's like that's always been him. Like, I don't think he's a big guy on press. You know what I mean? But like,
No.
like he loves the Batman character. He
Yeah.
wouldn't be
If I
doing
were
this
an actor,
if he didn't.
if I were an actor, I'd probably be that guy who looks like he doesn't want to be there.
But it's also the same thing as Daniel Craig. I mean, look at almost nearly every interview Daniel Craig has ever done for James Bond.
Yeah.
Or just in general. He doesn't want to do them. Like,
yeah,
that's not him. Like, he does it because it's a part of the job. That's why he's getting paid. So,
yeah.
You know.
For actors, it is the most boring part.
Yeah. So, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. This was a disappointment. Well, and the views though were insane. 66 million.
They tripled their audience, which is great. So maybe do.
I would love to know everyone's thoughts though. How many people thought it was a waste?
Yeah, how many? Let us know, guys, in the live chat. What did you think of DC Fan Like? Yes, maybe you like the trailers, maybe you love the trailers, but as an event, which is what it technically is, do you think it was good? Do you think it was worth it? Was there anything that surprised you? Because Zach, you and I, it wasn't last week, it wasn't the week prior, but maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, you and I had a topic on this very show. I believe we were with Patrick even, where we addressed what surprises could we see at DC Fandome.
Oh, we got nothing.
And we saw no surprise. There was nothing. Like everything we got was already, even Green Lantern, we expected to see something, anything from the Green Lantern.
They didn't even talk about the show.
Nothing. They didn't even talk about the show. Nothing. There was nothing about it.
And then,
to me, it's odd. To me,
where's the concept art? Just show concept art.
Yeah.
Just show some. Yeah. Like, Peacemaker had a better panel than anything else. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and I know you're not huge on Peacemaker, but like the trailer won me over with the fucking eagle.
I didn't.
When I saw the eagle walking around and hug him, I lost it. I fucking lost it.
That part got me. That part was funny. By the way, Zach,
I love
we have a super chat. Thank you, I.A.T.S.E. What shirt does Zach wear underneath the Naruto hoodie? Are you wearing anything under the Naruto hoodie? That's the question.
No.
Oh, he's not wearing anything. I.A.T.S.E. You'll probably have to do another super chat for Zach to show us his six pack.
But he's got to send in like $200.
His words, not mine. But thank you very much. Peace. Shout out to you, sir. I'm going to leave this question up until we get.
Where's
to
he
the rest of the
from?
live
I was curious,
Thank
like, because
so
I see the MYR, so I'm like,
I don't
curious
know
what money that is.
MYR to let me check. £2. £2. Malaysian.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a Malaysian ringgit. I hope that's how we pronounce it. All right. Again, thank you, I.A.T.S.E. And we'll leave this question up until we get another super chat, a tip link, or more live questions. So, Zach, what's your verdict on DC Fandome? Because I know what mine is.
Honestly, dude, I'm gonna throw it in the dungeon. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed moments of it, but I thought
Mhm.
it could have been way better. I don't think it was structured
Yeah.
right. And I just don't think like, and this is even like, I tried to like get into some of the other things, like some of the comic book stuff is cool, but like even when Jim
Yeah.
Lee was talking about some of it, he was bleeped out for some of his stuff. Like they literally bleeped him out, and they're like, "Oh, you can't say that yet," and it's like, then why even say it? Everyone's coming here for this.
Yeah.
Announce it, and you're gonna tell me there's stuff you don't have ready to announce? You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like, come on. Don't give me
Yeah,
that.
the
Like James
whole
Gunn, we all know
thing,
he's working on something.
but
Just fucking
that one he did announce. This is not getting announced at Fandom,
no,
so
I
it's
know,
probably
I
in its
know,
very
I
early,
know, but
early, early,
like
early,
for
early
me, it's
stages.
like if I was DC, I'd be like, you want to say that. But you know, like
Yeah,
I don't know. It just felt weird to me. It felt weird to me.
yeah, it was not a good event. It was not a good con, if you want to call it that. So I'm throwing it in the dungeon as well. I was not impressed, just whatsoever.
Mm.
By the way, Zach, quick before we move on to you bring us into our third topic. Besides the Batman, which was your favorite, like trailer, sizzle, first look, whatever you want to call it?
Probably Aquaman. Aquaman
All
or
right.
Shazam. I really was
Okay.
surprised by both of those, the sizzles. But if
Mhm.
we really are talking about like just a pure trailer, the Black Adam one fucking sold me on the movie.
That's mine.
I'm guessing
That's
that's
mine
yours
too.
as well. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
that soul is fatality, man. That was a fatality. And then Geekly
Yeah.
Good said something really fast. No Green Lanterns and no Injustice 3. That
No
was a
Injustice
shocker.
3. That's right. That's right.
They
That's
even
right.
had
Good
didn't
shout.
they had Ed Boon there, right? Or am I going crazy? I thought they had Ed Boon, the creator of those.
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
I have heard rumors though on Injustice 3 that it might have been canceled, which I'm not happy
Mm.
about. But I have heard there's some rumors going around that it might have been. I'm not saying this is true or not. It could be, fucking take it with a grain of salt. But it's because Warner Brothers has constantly been trying to sell their gaming division, and if they do,
Oh yeah.
technically they won't have the license anymore to DC, so they would have to pay more for that. So
Yeah.
I heard that they stopped working on it because of that, which is absolutely fucking ludicrous for DC to
Yeah.
even, or for Warner Brothers to do that, but whatever.
Oh well. All right, Zach. Take us into our third. No, this is mine. This is
No,
I
yeah,
take
this
us
one.
into our third topic. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. My apologies. All right, our third topic, ladies and gentlemen. Disney has changed a whole shit ton of release dates. Now, most of these are MCU movies, from Doctor Strange 2 to Black Panther Wakanda Forever to Thor Love and Thunder. There are a lot of shifting, moving release dates, even for movies we don't know what they are yet, but they moved. But these are slight changes. These are changes that are not that drastic. Now, it sucks that Zach and I, as March babies, are not going to get Doctor Strange in
We're not.
March.
We were so excited because you got the Batman your
Yeah,
week, and I got Doctor
yeah,
Strange my week.
yeah. Now, I guess I win. If this was a competition, I'm
I guess you
sorry, Zach.
do. I mean, you already did win, in my opinion.
Yeah, true, true. But yeah, these were changes that are a bit. They're a bit of a bummer. Let's be honest, because we're all excited for these films. We've already seen them get delayed over and over again, so it was rough to see them move just a little bit. Even Captain Marvel eventually moved, even though it's only 2 months. It moved so much that okay, now it's in the next year. Now it's in 2023,
But
not 2022
Ant-Man
anymore.
is
And Ant Man,
far now. It's
yeah,
far.
Ant Man is
So,
far. Ant Man is
but
very
you
far.
know, a lot of it
That's
is
not even
for
the
the
one that's the farthest, Zach. That's not even the one that's the farthest. Because there are two, like, yes, they shifted all these movies around, but actually there are two that I want to talk about specifically. There are two here that are the actual pieces of news coming out of this. And that is, and you know it's coming. I know this one hurts you a lot. Indiana
Yep.
Jones 5 moves an entire year into the future and is now coming in
Yeah.
2023. The other one, Zach, is interesting because it's the opposite of Indiana Jones. It's the one Marvel movie that did not move, did not budge whatsoever,
Guardians,
and
right?
started shooting this very week. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Zach, what do you make of these shifting release dates? Which one hurts you the most? Which one hurts you the least? And why do you think really that these changes came about?
Yeah, so I know Kevin Feige was caught off guard on this because he even said on the red carpet at the Eternals, he goes, I don't know why they decided to announce these today when we had the premiere going on. But he pretty much said it was production. And I do think a lot of it probably is production stuff, especially with I.A.T.S.E. Maybe they're like starting to prep and prepare, like we are going to need a little bit more time. I'm not saying that's what it is. I also just think it's structure wise. I think they want to give their films a little bit more time to marinate, especially with how big they've described every single film coming up it to be. They've said that all of these are maybe not to the level of the end game, but pretty close to it. Multiverse of Madness is going to be like that. Thor, I'm assuming, will be pretty big. Black Panther will be huge. I also think it's just to give them more time. I think they learned through the pandemic that giving their creators more time was probably some of the best aspects. And you, almost every director, if I haven't seen one director who didn't get more time because of the pandemic, who said, yes, the pandemic was terrible, but we got a lot more time to make. Andy Serkis said it with Venom. I think Chloe Zhao said it with the Eternals. I know Daniel Dessing from Shang-Chi said that he got more time. So I think that might be a big thing of Kevin Feige looking and being like, we have the shows running at the same time too. And that's another thing. Production on the shows. Guys, we might only be getting 3 Marvel films next year now, but we're getting 4 shows potentially. Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Moon Knight, and Secret Invasion. So, and that's just MCU. And you know what movie didn't move next year? Avatar 2 is still coming out next December. The same day as Aquaman 2. Which one will blink? I'm still saying Aquaman.
And they're both underwater. They're both predominantly underwater movies.
Yeah, I think Aquaman 2 will. I don't think Aquaman 2 will be finished by then. I think that's actually like...
Oh, okay.
That's a movie I do not think is going to be finished. I see that one getting pushed. But yes, Indy 5 I'm the most sad about because that one actually pushed a whole entire year.
Yeah.
And the original release date was the same date as Black Adam. So obviously one of those two was going to shift. And I have a feeling, I really do think that because the Marvels was coming out, or now Black Panther 2 is coming out the same time, like literally a week after The Flash. Can tell you right now, I guarantee Flash is going to move. I think Flash moves 100%. Into early December. Aquaman 2 moves to early next year. And I think they shift that all around, give Black Panther the time, stuff like that. But yeah, Indy 5 moving, I think a lot of people are looking at, and I know Harrison Ford was injured on set for a bit, so maybe that pushed things back overall. But I really think...
But that would have pushed it a long time ago, because he's been good for a while.
For me, though, I do think it's just that because of this year, well, because of 2020, and movies getting pushed to 2021, and then a lot of big blockbusters that was supposed to come out in 2021 got pushed to 2022. And this was all after Indy was already set. And then I'm sure Disney looked and they're like, we have a really good movie here. This needs the best amount of time. Because the last time they fucked up a Lucasfilm movie, putting it in the wrong spot was Solo. And Solo bombed.
Yeah.
And I remember come around Christmas time that year, all of my friends who's not really big in the general movie, hey, is Solo coming out this December? No, it's already been out. You can buy it. So, I don't think this is to the quality of Indy 5 at all. I just think it's more of a... It's kind of like Shazam 3. I think one of the producers got asked why Shazam 3 is so far away. And they literally said, there's just nowhere to put it in 2022. There's nowhere to put it in that movie.
Which is a fair point.
Yeah, so I think it's the same thing with Indy 5 is like, we can't move it up. We can't move it back. Let's just move it to next year. That this date is open. This is I'm pretty sure it's the roundabout date of when usually Indiana Jones movies would come out. Let's just put it there. Gives James Mangold more time. This is Harrison Ford's last time as Indiana Jones. Let's make sure they can get the best movie. I think that's literally it. Yeah, I think that's literally it. I mean, I really do think that's it. So speaking on Guardians, though, like you mentioned, I actually think Guardians, I just think it's standalone. I don't think, like, I think a lot of the other movies, there might be something that you have to see beforehand, or like, maybe, like, with the Marvels, in fact, maybe that you have to see Secret Invasion beforehand. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
and
that's
maybe
a
they
good
need
point.
Secret Invasion to come out beforehand. So, whereas the Guardians of the Galaxy, it's probably going to be pretty standalone compared to everything. And that's really it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that's it too. And again, I'm not too affected by these release dates. On a selfish level, it sucks that we have to wait a little bit more for Doctor Strange, specifically for me, because that's my most anticipated Marvel movie, other than Eternals right now. But other than that, I'm not too affected. The one with Indiana Jones is very sad.
Yeah.
This is an entire fucking year.
Yeah.
But
Now,
other
real
than
fast, while
that,
we're talking about
I think
2023, though, I want to ask you, what do you think about the Sony release dates that got announced for 2023?
Oh
Which movies
yeah.
do you think they are? I really think it's Spider-Man 4 and Venom 3. I know the October one is Venom. The October one is going to be Venom. Like, I'd be shocked if it
What
was.
is the other one? What is the other one?
It's June. I think it's June or July. So
June.
typically when a Spider-Man movie would come out.
I mean, this Spider-Man movie is breaking that
mold.
that tradition.
Yeah.
I guess it's either Spider-Man 4 or
Spider-Woman, the one with Olivia Wilde's making.
Oh, that's a good guess too, but I was gonna say Kraven the Hunter.
Craven's January. Craven already has a date.
Oh, okay.
That year. So that's what I thought too, and then
it's either one of those two. Then it's either Spider-Man 4 or Spider-Woman 1.
Yeah.
I guess
okay. I was just curious. Also, breaking news: Marvel Studios is apparently looking into doing an anime show.
Oh shit!
This comes from the Cosmic Circus, which they're not like huge, but they have gotten scoops before. So
okay. All right.
Be it as what you will.
All right. Maybe we'll get more information about it throughout this week, and we'll cover it next week. All right. Look. I said I wasn't too affected, but it's still bad, so I'm going to throw this in the dungeon. Move other shit around. Don't move the Marvel movies. Zach, what about you? What's your verdict on this?
I actually like this. I don't have any issues with it. You know, yeah, it sucks that I have to wait longer to see some of these movies, but like, I'd rather the movies be great. You know, so if in 2 years I see Indy 5 and it's fucking garbage, then.
Well, it's less than 2 years. You don't have to wait 2 years. It's less than that. It's
like a year and a half,
I guess. Yeah. All right, Zach, why don't you take us into our fourth topic?
Yeah, so fourth topic, the IATSE strike that everyone was worried about, delaying movies once again, shows and all sorts of things, which that shouldn't have been the worry.
Productions everywhere.
Yeah, the worry should have been, why aren't these people getting, all these workers getting the safety that they should have and all that stuff. So the strike was avoided last minute, thankfully, but the only good thing about this, like, I don't think they got the best deal personally still, but they have 3 years until pretty much in 3 years they can rise up a strike again, or they got to give them a better deal. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they got it went down to 10 work days instead of 10-hour work days instead of 12-hour work days. I can't remember the other requirement, but that was like the big one that everyone was talking about, that now it's 10 hours, which is like, it's not a normal work day, but like for a film set, okay. So hopefully
it's closer to normal. It's closer to normal.
I'm happy that some workers, or every worker now, will at least get a little bit more, but I still just think they deserve more. And then, we look at the tragedy that we talked about at the top of the show. I mean, it's just stuff like that. So, I'm not really versed in this, and I don't really know anyone a part of the organization, but I will say I'm just happy that it's all coming together, and at least it's moving in the right direction, hopefully.
I'm with you. I don't think they've gotten the best deal, so I think things have now gotten a little better for them. I wouldn't say things have gotten good. Things are now where they should be. The hours, I like it. I think 10 hours, it's over the limit of any other job, any other regular job, quote unquote. But it's more humane is the term that I like to use. But I haven't looked at all the details. I'm not a part of the IATSE. I don't know personally anyone who is. I know I can point you to people I know that are, but I don't know them personally. Um, and I hope now with this tragedy, especially, they pressurize the producers even more to guarantee that the parameters of this new deal are fulfilled, and maybe even they have reason to demand something more, which I think is good. I'm glad that the producers finally saw reason, and I hope things get better because for 100 years, because that's how old movies are, for 100 years it has been the same, and now it is finally changing.
Yep.
So those are my thoughts. I think there's not too much to talk about in this topic, Zach. Apart from this is a good thing that has happened. This is a good progression, a good evolution of things.
Yep.
So I'm giving this a night. Good on them, and I'm happy for them.
Me too.
Alrighty, let's go into our penultimate topic, and I know you'll have a lot of things, to say about this. The first trailer for Uncharted, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second Tom Holland movie for which we have been demanding a trailer. This is the first Tom Holland movie for which a trailer comes out and we still don't have a poster, but it is the adaptation of the very famous video game franchise, and it looks like Uncharted. I don't know if it feels like Uncharted.
That's exactly what I said right after the trailer.
At the very least, look, I'm very confident in how this looks, and the words being used are very important. Like, I think it looks good for a film. I think it looks fun, a summer blockbuster adventure, even though it's coming out in February. I like the casting of Tom Holland a lot. I really like the casting of Tom Holland, especially after this trailer, and I don't mind the casting of Mark Wahlberg as Sully. I don't know if they know what they are doing, because this trailer seems to take a lot from a lot of the games, but at the same time, it's a prequel, and it's mushing it all together, and it lacks... It just feels like we're going after this treasure because, like, again, it's just a trailer. Maybe the movie will definitely give us that, but I don't feel that passion, that fervor, like Indiana Jones. Like, he fucking loves treasure hunting.
Yep.
I didn't get that from this trailer.
Okay.
And again, it's just a trailer, but that's what I thought. How about you,
got
Zach?
thoughts, man. So I have been looking forward to this fucking movie that has been in development hell forever, because I know Griffin has as well at Film Speak, because me and him talked about, like, this could be Sony's Indiana Jones franchise. This could be Indiana Jones franchise. Like, that is how good the Uncharted franchise is. My thing with the Uncharted movies is, yes, while I love the treasure hunting, why I love the adventure, and why I love the action, I love the characters a lot. Yeah. I love them all, especially in the fourth game, man. Oh my god,
the best.
This one though, you said it, nailed it on the head. It doesn't feel like Uncharted, and it also just, I don't feel anything watching this trailer. And I thought about it. Why do I not feel anything? Oh, it's because they put a fucking Led Zeppelin song in the trailer. When you have an amazing score already from Uncharted. I'm telling you right now, I don't know how to fucking take music out and leave all the audio. If someone can do that and put the Uncharted stuff, because I just put it over the title card and I almost creamed my pants just watching that. And I was like, okay, I should have hired me. I would have done a way better trailer for you, but... and I hope to God that score is in the movie. I'm telling you right now, if it is not, and I walk out of that movie will automatically be, I don't give a fuck what I thought about the movie. I don't give it a C. Just because it's like Last of Us is doing it right. They actually have the same composer. I'm not saying you need the same one, but at least acknowledge what you're doing, you know? So this trailer, like, I don't care about Tom Holland. He looks fine as Nathan Drake. He looks the part. He doesn't personally totally feel like it yet, but there were moments in the trailer where I was like, oh, that's exactly what Nathan Drake would do. Like when he's yelling, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. That's literally a Nathan Drake line. So like for me, Tom Holland is embodying a younger version of Nathan Drake, and I'm actually okay with that, because by the time, I think when we first see Drake, he's in his late or early 30s, and then by the end of the franchise, I think he's like early 40s, maybe mid 40s. Tom Holland's in his fucking 20s. He's in his mid 20s.
Yeah.
So, like he's like, yes, he looks like a kid, but like it works. I'm still not sold on Mark Wahlberg as Sully. I still think that is like one of the worst fucking casting choices, and I already know what's gonna happen. He will have a mustache at the end of the movie, and I will fucking hate it. He's already said he has it, so I will hate it. I will hate it. I will hate it. I loved the girl who they have playing Chloe, though. She looks awesome. But again, it's just like they're mixing so many elements from so many different Uncharted movies instead of being its own thing. I'm okay with you being like, hey, like we have the sequence that we're bringing to life. That's cool. But I think the one thing I do feel a little bit iffy on is the brother aspect with Sam. Because now here's the thing. You know what the uncredited scene is going to be? It's going to be some big actor as Sam. And and who did you say? I think when we were talking about this, you said Lucas Till?
I suggested Lucas Till, who was Havoc in X-Men First Class, and he wasn't in Days of Future Past. He had a quick cameo in Apocalypse Before Dying, and he's now the current MacGyver.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't want them to meet his brother yet. I would rather just do your own thing. It just feels like something they just made to make, and I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this is a fucking great
movie. It's signed to the director.
It's
signed to the director.
Oh, that's my thing. What's his name? Ruben Fleischer.
Ruben Fleischer.
I will say right now, I hope this is his best movie he's ever made. So.
Which isn't saying much when you really think about it. Like, I know we love Zombieland, but I'm not going to show that film at a directing class,
But can I be honest?
All right.
I think Zombieland... I think Zombieland is as good as it is because of the script.
Oh, 100%. And the actors.
Yes. That's where it goes to the difference of.
Oh, yeah.
Ruben's a content. He's a decent director. Like he knows how to make a movie.
Very competent, very professional. He's not how should I put it? He doesn't stand out. Like his direction is fine. It's perfectly acceptable.
That's why I think, I really say this, I think that Ruben was a fine director. I think it's always the script, and that he can't I don't think he elevates them. I think it's the actors, and if he has a great script, he has a great script. It's like Venom. Venom was very boring and mundane, and that's exactly what we got. He adapts that script, but he didn't add anything to it. So
he did not. All right, Zach, take us into our final topic because I can't.
So Ren probably had a heart attack once we talked about this in our group. Ryan Gosling is going to play Ken along Margot Robbie's Barbie. Now, if you don't know Ren, he loves Margot Robbie. He loves Ryan Gosling. You very much enjoy Noah Baumbach as well because he's the writer of this movie. Alongside his wife, who's directing this movie, Greta Gerwig, which you also like.
I also really like her, yes.
So, I don't think me and Ren have ever talked about this, but we haven't cared about this Barbie movie, especially when Amy Schumer was attached.
Oh,
and then
no. Not even when Anne Hathaway was attached.
Yeah, and then what? They announced Margot Robbie's going to be Barbie. Okay.
Yeah.
This could be cool. Then Greta Gerwig signs on the direct. Oh, this could be even better. Then Noah Baumbach says, I'm going to write it. What the fuck? Okay. And now,
getting interesting.
Ryan Gosling is going to play Ken.
Whew. Now, he's only in final talks. This is not a sure thing yet, as far as we know.
But I have read rumors
signed it this morning
that he has dropped out of Wolfman, if this is true. Which makes me really sad if that's true. I would hate that.
Yeah. But, I mean... Look,
I'm going to be honest. This is going to sound fucked up. Because he's also supposed to be doing that space movie with Chris Miller in them. I hope he dropped out of that instead.
That's
right. I hope he dropped out of that instead.
Look, I don't mind if he has to drop out of anything to do this, because if he does this, it's Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie together on screen as a couple. I'm already having wet dreams about it.
I'm just. What is
But
this movie?
the
We know
Wolfman,
nothing.
I
We
will
don't
I
know
will
the concept.
I will love the Wolfman. I would love the Wolfman to star Ryan Gosling, but there are a ton of actors that I love that I would love to see as the Wolfman.
Yeah.
So yes, it's sad. He's my favorite actor, male actor currently working today.
Yeah.
So it'll be sad, but there's still a ton of them. But the prospect of this pairing, it's not just that it has Ryan Gosling, and it's not just that it has Margot Robbie.
There's something
The
good about
two
the
of them
script or the idea
together.
of the story.
Oh
There's
yeah,
something about like you
because these are two
sold.
very smart actors. These are two very
Mhm.
smart actors.
Well, and
They
Greta
don't go
Gerwig
for
too.
anything.
And Noah,
Yeah,
the
and
fact that her next film
obviously,
she's
yeah.
deciding to do is a fucking Barbie film. That's the
Yeah.
last that was. And then Noah, I know Noah's
Yeah.
her wife or his wife and stuff, but like, really? That's what you're gonna write next?
Yeah.
Like,
They
so
never. I mean, they have. I was gonna say
I,
they never worked together before. They have, but
but I'm just
this
gonna
is
tell
only
you,
like the
dude.
second or third time.
What is this movie about? We don't know
Something
any detail.
amazing, I bet.
Like, but that's my thing. Is it animated?
Mhm.
Is it half live action, claymation? And then, like, say they turn into like they're the characters, and then they turn into real life. Like, is it like inspired on the people who made Barbie? You
Yeah.
know, we
Mhm.
have no idea. I want to see actually. What is the Barbie
The Barbie movie
movie
about.
about? Let's see.
Well, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm very excited. I don't know when it's supposed to come out, but as of right now, it's my most anticipated film of that year, unless Dune Part
Okay,
2 gets announced for that same year.
so this was the original synopsis. So this might have changed. A
Okay,
doll
this
living
might
in
have been
Barbie.
the
Yeah, this could have
oh
been changed. So a doll living in Barbie Land is expelled for not being perfect enough and sets off an adventure in the real world, a live-action feature film based on the popular line of Barbie toys.
that was the Amy Schumer one. Look,
Yeah.
I don't know if they changed it or not, but I remember hearing that version when Amy Schumer was attached.
Mhm. From what I am reading, though, it is still going to be a comedy, which, holy shit,
Okay,
I would love Ryan Gosling in comedies.
he's amazing in comedies. Lars
Dude,
and the Real
The
Girl,
Nice
which
Guys.
everyone is
The
making
Nice
jokes
Guys.
about that. The Nice
His
Guy, but that's
timing
the
in there.
obvious one. That's the obvious one. I wanted to go with one that
Fine. Lars is really good,
that
too.
most people didn't know. But yeah,
I'm
good.
knighting this.
I'm
I'm knighting
so
this.
excited for. I'm super knighting this.
It's funny. Ren asked me yesterday. He goes, "What do you think the main topic should be?" And I was like, "I guess Uncharted." And I'm like, "Well, let's see
Yeah.
if something else comes out in the day."
And it was for a
Yeah.
while. It was the video was up. It was set up to be Uncharted main topic. Ah. The Barbie movie. Two straight white men are very excited for the Barbie movie. That's the takeaway
Yeah.
from this show.
Exactly.
All right, guys. As usual, before we move on to the live questions, the chat is fucked up. So this is the earliest question that I can see from Lady Aaron saying hi to Joe Fletcher.
Hello, Joe Fletcher.
So
My
I
name
know
is.
we didn't do. I know we didn't do your weekly rankings yet this week. I forgot it when I realized it was a little bit too late. So if your weekly ranking was posted before this comment from Lady Aaron, please feel free to type it in again, and we'll make our best to get to them. So yes, this is the earliest question. If there was anything before that, go copy and paste it back onto the chat. All right, Movies and Trains Studio complimenting my hair. It's my pride and joy. He says my hair is fire. Thank you so much, my good friend. I appreciate it. It means a lot because I do love my hair. I'm very proud of my hair. All right, movie fan weekly ranking. I didn't get to watch much this week, but I saw Army of Thieves. How? I keep asking Netflix for my screener. They said we'll get it to you when we're sending them out. And nothing yet. And Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. I apologize that you had to go through that one again.
Ren, real fast, do you know what we saw 3 years ago today? Because I know you saw it the same day. Yeah, I know you saw it the same day as me.
Hang on. 3 years ago. 3 years ago. October 2018. I have no idea.
You also met someone important this day.
Oh, I know. Edgar Wright. I met Edgar Wright at the Bohemian Rhapsody World premiere. Was it? Was it the 23rd? All right. I had no memory.
Because I know we saw it the exact same day. Because I just got my notification that I watched it today.
All right. I probably have it too on if I go check out on Facebook. Well, yeah. All right. Thank you for letting me know, Zach, because
Hell
I
yeah.
gotta check that memory out now. All right. Movie Fan says I had some of the best marinara at one of Australia's best Italian restaurants. A must try for you guys to come to Melbourne. It's called Pellegrini's. I will keep that in mind. Thank you for
Man,
letting
I
us
wish I could.
know.
I'm not allowed in Melbourne, so.
Why not?
They just don't like me there. Patrick said if I set foot in Australia, he'll attack me.
Okay.
So.
Oh, all right. Tiny Movie Chappie says weekly watch for me is I've been in a little bit of a cyberpunk mood. I rewatched Total Recall remake, which is very underrated in my opinion. Little Battle Angel upgrade. I don't know. Oh, upgrade. And Tron Legacy and RoboCop, or the remake, because if it's the original, thumbs up. If it's the remake, thumbs down. All right. Joe Fletcher, weekly ranking on a short one. Number 3, Fantastic Mr. Fox. Still love the movie. Number 2, Dunkirk. And number 1, Dune. It is a masterpiece. I don't know which one I rank first, if Dunkirk or Dune. I'm not going to put myself in that spot. You didn't ask, so I'm not going to put myself in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Movies and Train Studios. My weekly ranking. Number 1, Free Guy. Number 2, Silver Bullet. Number 3, Skyfall. Number 4, Edward Scissorhands. Never seen it. Number 5, No Time to Die. Number 6, Shrek Forever After, which is underrated. Number 7, 28 Days Later. Number 8, Dune. I'm sorry. How dare you, sir? No, he's not.
God.
You stop that.
You put time. You put Shrek Forever After.
I think this is Dave Lee Down Under in disguise, Zach. I think that's Dave. Which I'm going to meet very soon because he's coming to London.
Oh, yay.
All right. Luis Feliciano, weekly ranking. Number 3, In the Heights. Number 2, What Happened Brittany Murphy documentary. And number 1, Squid Game. I still need to finish it. I'm still halfway through that.
Are you liking it? I finished it a couple weeks
ago. Liking it. Yeah. I'm not loving it. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, my mind is blown.
I love though that everyone's watching it. Like, that's what makes me happy, because then it's just people want to discover Korean cinema.
Yeah.
So, but it's funny to me how many people don't know that you can change the dub, because out here it automatically goes to the dub, and I'm like, you can change the dub.
Really? That sucks. So I want to take everyone that is watching Squid Game and put them in a theater to pay for Dune. That's what I want to do. All right. Weekly rankings. We didn't do Reagan. Reagan talks about movies. Weekly ranking. Number 1, Free Guy. Number 2, No Time to Die. Number 3, Skyfall. Number 4, Dune. Only 40 minutes. You can't rank 40 minutes. You gotta watch the whole movie, man.
And why'd you watch it at home?
I'm imitating. True. Watch it in IMAX. Well, not in IMAX, because IMAX isn't upgraded. It's expensive. But
I have to be honest. I saw it in Dolby and IMAX. I prefer Dolby for this.
Oh, wow. I don't have Dolby.
I know.
Or at least I guess my equivalent to Dolby would be Super Screen. I still haven't seen it in Super Screen, but I want to. This week I'm going for around 4.
Don't get me wrong. Like, it was really cool seeing the aspect ratio and change and stuff, but I thought the sound design for this movie was incredible. And there's something about the Dolby cinemas and their audio that is, dude, like, when I'm sitting in the chair, it's like fucking rupturing. Yeah. Like, it felt like it was like I was there. Like, when the helicopters are beating down, it's like, I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking amazing. So I preferred that more than IMAX, in my opinion. You got another super chat, by the way.
Oh, we did. I hope it's not asking you to take your shirt off.
They are, but
Sarah. Like your everyone wants to see the Zach pack. Everyone wants to see the Zach pack. Thank you so much, Sarah.
The snack pack. No, we said 200. Sorry, Sarah.
We appreciate your support, though, Sarah. By the way, I had to jump in the chat, so now this is the earliest one I can see, and I have no control over the chat. So if you asked something before this, please let us know. Please type it back into the chat. Alrighty.
I can't even see that far back. The one that you pulled up, I can't even see that far back.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What do we got? What do we got? Eric Thorpe, good friend of the channel. Hey guys, my weekly ranking is No Time to Die #1. Sorry for the 5th and 6th time. This guy's beating me to the punch on most
He's gonna
watches
get
in
it to $1
theaters.
billion.
I assume you're watching it in theaters. You're gonna get $1 billion as it deserves. Eric, good on you. Number 2 and 3 tie Blade Runner 2049 and Dune. Number 4, The Last Duel. Number 5, The Long Halloween Part 2. All good. I think those are all at least good as well, dude. I think my number 1 in there would definitely be Blade Runner 2049, then Dune, then No Time to Die, and then the same as you, Last Duel and Halloween, Long Halloween, not Halloween Kills. I mean, Halloween Kills would also be my last on whatever list, but very, very, very different gap between one another. Joe Fletcher, we talked a little bit about this, but one thing nobody is talking about is how great the Aquaman 2 behind the scenes video was. What are you guys' thoughts on it? I liked it. I wasn't like super impressed, but I liked it. I just wish we would have seen a bit more. Tell us who the new cast members are playing. Like, who is Pilo playing? This is a little bit about the story, like interesting character dynamics that we're going to see. Which at the same time, I understand why they didn't, because they probably would have to show us more of Amber Heard, and that's a sensitive topic to approach right now. But Zach, what do you think?
I can agree with that. I guess. Like, I thought the behind the scenes stuff was great, but I do wish again we saw a little bit more of like, what's the story, what's going on, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, movie fan. Now, this is the section where we asked you guys for your thoughts on fandom. I freaking stayed up from 1 a.m. to watch Geeks at the Roundtable, which we very much appreciated, and we hope we did give you a good show. And DC Fandom was after at 4 a.m. and I just had to turn it off after an hour. It was so bad. I think at 4 a.m. anything would really have to be fan-fucking-tastic to have you stay up. But thank you for joining us so late where you are from, movie fan. We appreciate it. Joe Fletcher, on the whole, DC Fandom was bad. The best part of it was when they were showing footage from the movies, but then it cut to presenters who didn't want to be there in the CW, which I didn't care about. By the way, I do still watch the CW shows, most of them at least. I don't watch them all. I didn't even try. I gave one episode in season 2 to Stargirl, and I'm out. Black Lightning, I left a long time ago. And I still watch The Flash and Batwoman and Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl. I'm behind on, but I'm going to finish it. The trailer for Flash season 5 is very bad. Not season 5, but the 5-part event that's coming next month is very bad. I did not like that trailer whatsoever. Legend, wait for it, Derry says last year's was better. I agree, but I want to say that username is amazing. I appreciate that username. Geekly Goods, our good friend Leo. Fandom needs to be dialed down to 2 hours max. The extra stuff shouldn't be on the main feed. I agree. This actually reminds me, this specific complaint reminds me of a wrestling pay-per-view, where a wrestling pay-per-view has gone on for 7 hours. No exaggeration. And the fans keep saying the pay-per-views need to be shorter. So yeah. We covered that. Oh, here we go. I was waiting for someone to ask this, Zach. Joe Fletcher, thoughts on the rumor that Marvel is making a Planet Hulk movie? I hope Red Hulk, She-Hulk, and Ruffalo are in the movie, but no Professor Hulk. Bring back old Rage Master Hulk. Look, Zach, ask me who is my favorite comic book superhero of all time.
Ren, who is your favorite comic book character of all time?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because there's actually a tie. One is DC, one is Marvel. On DC, it's Batman, obviously, but my favorite Marvel superhero of all time is the Incredible Hulk. I love the Incredible Hulk. Ask me, which is my favorite story of the Incredible Hulk, please, Zach?
Ren, what do you think is your favorite Hulk story?
Oh, it's definitely Planet Hulk because of what happens next. And what happens after that is World War Hulk, where
That's when he
after
comes and kills
conquering,
everyone, right?
yes, he conquers an entire planet of gladiators by winning battles against the most powerful creatures around the galaxy, which is Sakaar. And he's in that planet in the first place because the Illuminati, in this case it would be the Avengers, expelled him from planet Earth because he was too strong, he was too uncontrollable. And so after conquering that planet, becoming their king, he comes back to Earth and unleashes war on his former friends. That's World War Hulk. I don't believe for a second that is happening. Now, could that ever happen? Could they ever make a Planet Hulk, a World War Hulk movie, a Planet Hulk movie? Yes, they could. It's not going to be in 2 years, in 3 years, because they are not building to that whatsoever. Unless, because of
She-Hulk.
multiverse stuff, there comes a big alternate version of Hulk who is the Maestro, and that's their version of Planet Hulk / World War Hulk. At this point, I don't think at all that is happening. Now, with Shang-Chi, and I'm going to, in case you haven't seen Shang-Chi, I'm going to take Nova out. So while Nova is in my hand, mute this show because there will be Shang-Chi spoilers. Zach, in the Shang-Chi post-credit scene, we see that Bruce Banner is back to normal.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on there, but he's back. Professor Hulk is no more. So we could see the rage-fueled Hulk back, which is my favorite Hulk.
And I think we will.
So anything is, but I don't think right now they're working on it. I don't think you can totally see right now they're not building to it. Is it at all impossible that they ever do a Planet Hulk, World War Hulk movie? No. Are they doing it right now? Are they starting to work on it right now? No, not whatsoever. What do you think, Zach?
So I want to say, this is a good question. Thanks for bringing it up. I do think that, I'm sure they've talked about it. I'm sure a big thing holding them back from doing a solo Hulk film is the Universal things. Universal gets the money if they do this. I mean, so unless that's changed, which there's always rumors going around that change, and possibly, I mean, it'd be a big surprise. Maybe they announce it at Disney Plus Day. I mean, for all we know. We don't know. We don't know what really She-Hulk's doing. We know Mark Ruffalo's in it. We know Tim Roth is back as Abomination. And we know Tatiana Maslany is going to be playing She-Hulk, which is fucking great casting. If you guys have never seen Stronger, she should have been nominated that year for that role.
Forget Stronger. Watch Orphan Black. 5 seasons of an amazing show.
So
she's playing multiple roles.
Yeah, so no, I love Ruffalo as the character. I didn't love the Professor Hulk stuff, so definitely I like where they're heading in the direction with this character. I almost spoiled it, but I noticed you put the pop back. So I'm gonna say this. Never mind. I can't get into stuff because I know too much also now about Doctor Strange, and there is a lot in that movie that, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I could see them setting this up. I'll say that. I'm not saying Hulk's in it, but there's stuff in that movie that I'm like, if they really would like to, they could, like you said, multiverse. You could bring Maestro into this world and then make but I don't think they would. I think this is my theory. I don't know anything about this. I could see potentially, say they do see Maestro in Multiverse of Madness, because you wouldn't really need Mark Ruffalo on set. You could CGI that shit. Say they saw Maestro. Say they see Maestro in the future. Like, I don't know, a different multiverse, and he's conquered this world. And Doctor Strange isn't he a leader of the Illuminati? Or at least at one time he is?
There's no leader in the idea of the Illuminati is there's no leader, but yes, he's one of the members.
Okay. So say potentially he becomes, like, he sees that. And then at the, I don't know, the next Avengers film or something like this, or the next Doctor Strange, they have the discussion that we need to send Hulk into space. Like, I saw what he did. Something of that nature. I don't know. That's just like...
I don't know. To me, that one doesn't work because, like, in the comics, and again, the comics don't need to be the same as the movies, obviously. But in the comics, there were years and years and years and years of events and circumstances and occasions where the Hulk did go out of control. There were years and years and years where the Hulk did end up being controlled by the bad guy, like he quickly was by Wanda and started destroying everything. In the MCU, that happened once years ago at this point, and it was rough for a few moments, but they ended up, Iron Man alone ended up controlling him, which I think is bullshit in its own way, but that's another conversation. But I just don't know that it works right now. If you want to make it work, start building to it right now over the course of several movies, over the course of several years, and then at the end of those several years, several movies, you bring it back and you pull the trigger on it. But it will still be weird because now you kind of had a little bit of Planet Hulk in Sakaar. Yeah. You did the Gladiator thing, but then you pulled back on it because it was a Thor movie. But it's confusing. I don't think it's happening. Like right now, as we see,
I'll agree with you. I don't think it's happening. At least not for a while.
No.
This whole phase is multiverse. There's two things in this phase. Yes. It's multiverse and introductions. And when I say introductions, it also means passing the torch. This is the last time we will see Hawkeye. I'm telling you. I'm not saying he's dying, but he's going to get his happy ending. And I think that's it. I think we get Kate Bishop going forward. Just like Yelena. Just like I saw one person go, "Oh, Natalie Portman's probably going to be the next Thor." I think it's a one and done. I'm telling you right now, there is no fucking way they signed Natalie Portman to fucking 5 Thor movies. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah. All right. Gigo EP, my weekly ranking: number 4, Old; number 3, David Lynch's Dune; number 2, Dickinson Season 1; and number 1, Dune. Really liked it at first. The more I think about it, now I love it. Fuck yes, Gigo EP. Fuck yes, my friend. I still haven't seen David Lynch's Dune. I'm not gonna see David Lynch's Dune or any other Dune or read it before part 2 because I don't want to be spoiled. I want to be surprised as much as I was for this first one. But yes, that's a good ranking. Thank you for sharing. And I hope we didn't miss any other ones.
Can I say, Ren? Make sure the back half, is going to be insane. The next
back,
part 2 of Dune.
I bet.
The back half is insane, so.
I bet. Okay, Gico EP. I think Ren's read the reactions, but Zach does the early reactions. Oh, I haven't read the reactions. No, I have not to Eternals. But Zach, does the early reactions to Eternals make you more excited for the movie or concerned? Obviously, it's mostly very positive. But I saw people who were mixed/negative, and people say it might be Marvel's most divisive movie. Usually I don't trust early reactions, but these got me intrigued. Be very careful what you say, Zach, because I want to know as little as possible, but what do you think about that?
Do you want to mute for like, I'll put my hand up?
I'll mute. I'll mute. Yes, I'll mute. Okay. Hang on. Go.
Okay, so I'm a little bit more, Robert Meyer Burnett saw the movie.
I'm going to go to the bathroom while you talk about Eternals.
Okay. Robert Meyer Burnett compared the damn movie to Prometheus from the engineer's perspective, and that got me instantly more hyped. I love Prometheus. I'm one of like the minor people that love that film. But a lot of the reactions, while positive, I don't think they were loved, to be honest. The biggest one I saw was Mama Geeky, our good friend. She loved it. Her review, she told us, is going to be like 25 minutes of just talking about it. So I think for me, the Eternals is something that I'm really excited about. I'm seeing it Monday. I can't fucking wait. I have no idea what to expect from it, and I'm so excited for that. But for me, one of the things that I feel about the movie is that a lot of these reactions don't feel as genuine as they normally are. And that's the one thing. A lot of them felt like, oh, it's different, it's diverse, I don't know how to feel about this. But I think I enjoy it. Like, none of them felt like real to me. I don't know. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Ren's back.
Did I arrive just in time for you to
I made sure I planned it right as you stopped that I'll stop talking.
Okay.
The only thing I want to say is when you come here, I would like when you finally see the movie to go read the early reactions, because I said
Okay.
because I don't want to say some of the other things I said, but I said some of the reactions I read felt genuine. Like Mama Geeky, her
Okay.
reaction felt genuine. A couple others did too. Like
I mean,
Robert Meyer Burnett, John
I
Campea.
always trust Tessa to
Me
be
too.
genuine, and those
But
two
some
as
of
well.
them felt like they were being positive to be positive, if that makes sense. Where
Okay.
it's like
Okay.
it's like it wasn't for them necessarily, if that makes sense. Like some of the more hardcore, just like love the Marvel films, a lot of their reactions I read and I'm like, this doesn't feel genuine. You know what I mean? Like, and I felt the same way with Black Widow when they put their Black Widow stuff out, and then Black Widow reviews came out and they were mixed. They were mixed on them. So I don't know. A lot of the reactions I don't take face first unless I know the person personally, because then I know for a fact how they're feeling or not. So yeah, I'm excited to see it. Give me the movie now. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, Joe Fletcher. This broke late last night, and
Oh yeah.
we kind of still isn't confirmed because some stuff happened. But how big do you guys think Hayden Christensen? How big of a role do you guys think Hayden Christensen has in Ahsoka? Give us Clone Wars flashbacks. You hit it. Like that's exactly what it's got to be.
Do you want me
Because we
do you
know
want me to give
Ahsoka
a
is going to
scoop
be
here?
set.
Do you want to know something? Obi-Wan is also in it. I don't know when they're going to announce that though. Obi-Wan will be in Ahsoka. They are doing Clone Wars flashbacks. They're doing Clone Wars flashbacks. I don't like That's all I know.
No, I know.
Really?
I get it. But I don't. Why? Why Obi-Wan? Keep it personal with Ahsoka. And I know she had a relationship with Obi-Wan, obviously, but keep it with hell. Ahsoka is going to be set around the time that we saw her in Mandalorian.
Yeah,
it's going to be around that same time frame. And
I think it's going to take place right after her and Sabine go off. I think that's exactly where it'll pick up.
I like the inclusion of Anakin in the Ahsoka show more than I like his inclusion in the Obi-Wan show, because I hate the possibility of him in the Obi-Wan show because it goes against canon.
You already know they're going to fight. You already know they're going to fight in Obi-Wan.
The Ahsoka one, clearly it's flashback, so it doesn't bother me.
Or
I
Force
think it makes sense
too, with her at all
Force
times.
Ghost, yeah, true.
So.
I mean, I hope it's not Force Ghost, because if he's showing up to Ahsoka, why the fuck isn't he showing up to his daughter and son? You know?
Maybe.
That's the one thing I don't like. That's the one thing I don't like about the possibility of being a Force Ghost. So I hope it's flashbacks.
Yeah. I just want to know when we're getting this show.
Yeah.
I don't think we're getting it until 2023. That's just my opinion.
At this point, you're probably right. Lady Aaron, speaking of box office bombs, Ren and Zach, what do you think about The Last Duel only making $4.9 million on its opening weekend with an over $100 million budget? One of two. I think that it's a shame because The Last Duel is really good. I wonder what is to blame for The Last Duel bombing so hard. So, there's several things, actually, unfortunately. Number one, The Last Duel is not a 4-quadrant film. It's not a wide appeal film. It's also a rated R film. It's also here in the UK, it's called a plus 18 film, which doesn't help calling in a lot of audience members. I agree with you. It's a very good film. But again, the trailers weren't the best. I was very much looking forward to this movie because it's Ridley Scott. It's a medieval epic. It's got a great cast, and it was written by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
And Nicole Holt.
I love their work. And Hall of Center. I hope that's how it's
God, the amount of times I had to fucking pronounce that name in my review. I literally kept sitting there. Like, I have a whole bloopers reel of me going, Holy Center. Holy. Yeah. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I was more unsure about what her first name was at one point because is it Nicole? It is Nicole. Okay. But yeah, it's not a 4-quadrant film. It's rated R. The trailers weren't the best, and it also doesn't have a lot of showings because cinemas were not putting it in IMAX or in Super Screen or in Dolby because they were keeping that for Bond and for Venom, and they were keeping that free for Dune, which came out this week, the week after The Last Duel. So The Last Duel just came in between a lot of more appealing movies for a wider audience. And as good
Yeah.
as it is, it's certainly better than Venom, at least.
Yep.
It just doesn't justify having a lot of screenings for it, and that in itself takes away the opportunity for a lot of people at several times during the day to see the film. I watched it in the middle of the afternoon. It was me and two other people going to the film on a Wednesday after the opening weekend. So it Wednesday or Tuesday. I don't know, one of those. But yeah, those are just a few of the factors that go into the last duel. Unfortunately, bombing. Do you have anything to add, Zach? Did I forget anything?
No, for me though, we're in a weird era. I think this movie would have done pretty good, like not
Mhm.
after a pandemic, but people are only going to see big films right now. That is why, please go see Dune. Please go see
Yes.
Dune. Seriously, this,
Yes.
I get it. Dune's a giant blockbuster, but it's the same way as Last Duel. Like I'm
Yep.
telling you right now, if Last Duel had come out by itself on a weekend like this, I think a lot of film fans would be like, "You need to see the Last Duel." Like, and I
Mhm.
think it probably would have done a little bit better. That and it's just like right now, I think Martin Scorsese says it best. This is why he's working with all these streaming companies because they'll pay him to do whatever. Medieval movies like this, we ain't getting like this for a while now.
No. But
So
by the way, I literally had this conversation yesterday on a group chat. A friend asked, "So which should I go watch this weekend? The Last Duel or Dune?" And I'm like, both need the money, but it's too late to save the Last Duel.
yeah,
Plus,
and
the
Last
Last
Duel
Duel doesn't
getting
need
a
a
sequel.
sequel.
Yeah,
Doesn't need a sequel. So all your money to Dune, please. Because it's
which it
sad
did
that
hit
we're not
18. It did hit 18 million yesterday for the United States, which is really good.
good.
It's already made more than Suicide Squad.
Keep it going.
It's already
Keep
made
it
more than
going,
Suicide
everyone.
Squad in the United States. So.
Keep it going. All right. Lady Aaron also asks, Ren and Zach, this is a very special Geeks Roundtable episode for me, as tomorrow is my 24th birthday. Happy birthday, Aaron. Thank you for being here with us on your birthday eve, and we hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. Can I get an early birthday shout-out from the two best geeks on the planet?
Happy
Well, you
birthday
just
to
did. I mean,
you. Happy birthday
happy
to
birthday
you.
to you.
You live in a zoo. Wait, what's that Madagascar song go like? Do you remember the Madagascar
I don't
Happy
know.
Birthday song?
I don't
Have you
know.
ever seen Madagascar?
Oh, yes, I did, but I watched the Portuguese dub.
Oh, I wonder what the song is in there then.
Yeah, I don't remember. And there's the part 2 too. And speaking of birthday, what is the best and worst birthday gifts you have ever received? That's a good one. Well, best, I cannot talk about here because it's rated R. YouTube would demonetize the video. What's the worst?
I don't think I've gone the worst. I can't say that.
I guess the worst is I don't know.
I've never gotten a worse.
I guess the worst is my cousins once gave me like chocolates for my birthday. I'm like, fucking chocolates, dude? Are you kidding?
So I
didn't say that to their face, but I was like, what the fuck?
I have one that's funny. And now it like kicks myself in the ass. So like back in the day, I really wanted an Xbox 360. And my grandparents, who like we don't really talk to, like just like for family reasons and stuff, they they sent us an Xbox, but it was the original one, not the 360.
Oh shit!
So I like it wasn't bad, but I was just like, oh, but the thing is so. But
it's your grandpa.
I have no idea where they bought it from because it had a fucking TV attached to it, so you lift it up and you play.
Oh,
well, I sold that like for like probably $100 or so. That shit goes for like $500 now because that's yeah. So I always think back, I'm like, fuck, I wish I never sold that. But best gift, I mean, there's a lot. My parents actually did end up getting me like that Xbox like a couple years later anyway. So, but this birthday this year, my girlfriend knows I love collecting lightsabers, and she knows I've been wanting Ventresses really badly. But the way that a lot of these lightsaber companies is if you want to buy, you know how they combine, you have to buy them both. Yeah. So she found them on sale and she bought them for me. So I have it locked and then I can pull it out and fucking use it. So that was cool. So I almost have all the Sith. I'm missing Vader's, which they're coming out with a new one. I want Ben solos. Like I have Kylo, but I want Ben, and then I want Darth Maul.
I have
Darth
Kylo's too.
But Darth Maul's is like, I think like $500 because you have to buy both pieces and the connector. So
And
Yeah.
that's what fucks me. It's and the
Yeah.
connector. It's not. You don't have to buy both pieces. You have to buy both pieces and something
Yeah,
else.
it's a goddamn joke, man.
Ah.
For Darth Mauls, I was like, I know where I'd put it
It's a
too.
joke.
Like I know where I would put it. Like it'd be right in front of my TV, like going across. I'm like, I know.
All right.
I also want a Chris
Luis-
knife now. So if anyone wants to send me a Chris knife,
Luis, but that shouldn't be too expensive, right?
I looked up one that's like a Dune,
I want the
a Dune
daggers.
model one. It was like
I want the daggers that Duncan Idaho uses.
Oh my god, those are awesome.
One
Dude, they
blade
added
forward, one blade backwards.
They added Chani and Paul to Fortnite. I hop back on. I'm like, god damn it, I have to buy them. And it's cool, dude. It's cool running in with them with the fucking blades and fucking slashing shit.
Your thoughts on Michael Gandolfini being added to the Godfather prequel series, The Offer, over at Paramount Plus? Yeah, cool. I enjoy them in Many Saints, so good for him. Glad he's making a career out of himself. I hope he doesn't get too typecast and trapped in mob flicks. But I like that. All right. Eric Thorpe, I've got to say the Uncharted trailer was quite disappointing. Somehow, before that trailer, I still had faith in it despite being a video game movie. What's the point in making it take place before, if it's not in continuity with the games even? To create your own world, man. To create your own thing. I can't... I don't disagree with you with the final result, at least judging from the trailer. But I think it's totally fine to do your own thing. Just take principles. I think they were taking too many principles. That's the problem.
Too many principles.
Too many. Yeah, this one I gotta disagree. The Uncharted fan film with Nathan Fillion, I know you meant Nathan Fillion, was better. It felt like an Uncharted film was completely disagree. Like, that fan film was very grounded. You saw Nathan Fillion running around and that's it. Nathan Fillion could not, especially at his age. And Nathan Fillion is amazing. He's Canadian. He's an amazing actor. Malcolm Reynolds for life. Richard Castle for life. And TDK in Suicide Squad. He's awesome. He could never believably play Nathan Drake. Because, yes, I know Nathan Drake in the video games is late 30s, early 40s, but that's because he's a video game. He's not an actual human being. You want to do it in live action, you need an actual human being. So I really didn't care for that fan film. It's fine for a fan film. Clearly, they're very passionate about Uncharted, but that would never work as a movie. I would never see it as believable as a film. Zach, what do you think?
I like the fan film. I actually have a reaction to that on my channel.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I did it a while. I was like, oh, this is cool. It's fun. It's fun. Like, yeah, back in the day, Nathan Fillion would have been perfect. They literally based Nathan Drake.
Oh yeah, back in the day,
Fillion.
yes. Around the time
and
Firefly came out, yes.
I mean, Stephen Lang could have still been Sully, in my opinion, but
I guess, yeah.
I don't know, like, I think a lot of people forget though. Mark Wahlberg was supposed to play Nathan Drake.
Oh yeah, when he signed on for this film, he was supposed to be Nathan Drake.
So,
you know what? I'm glad they realized that Mark Wahlberg was also too old at a certain point to play Nathan, and they just changed his role to Sully.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yes, Mark Wahlberg can do action, but I'm very happy they didn't keep him in the Nathan Drake role.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to see this movie. That trailer was not a good interpretation of it, and I think a lot of what threw me off was the Led Zeppelin stuff. Yeah.
So. I'm seeing. I want to find Gico EP's. Okay, there it is. Gico EP says, I saw the Uncharted trailer. It looks okay. It reminded me of the recent Tomb Raider movie mixed with National Treasure. How dare you insult a national treasure by comparing it to this trash? Honestly, Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg are the least of my worries. I know it's coming. I know it's coming in the part 2. About this film. Sure, there are better fits for these roles, but the cutscenes I've seen of the games, but they'll probably be fine. It's Ruben Fleischer I'm worried about. It doesn't look awful. That's pretty much how I felt. It doesn't look awful, but it's Ruben Fleischer, the one I'm worried about.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah,
And
Lady
Ruben
Erin.
Fleischer's never done anything bad to me. Just saying.
Well, for me, he has.
What'd he do? He didn't direct Dragon Ball.
Venom.
Oh, shut
The first Venom is bad. It's really bad.
It's fine.
No, it's not. The second Venom is fine. The first one is not. Lady Aaron says, Ren, I loved how we both love The Last Duel. I still haven't gotten to the comments on my Last Duel review because I need to go back to comments to previous reviews throughout LFF that I didn't have time to respond. What movie trailers did you get before the movie started to play? 2 of 2. I managed to get a trailer for the 21 version of West Side Story, Nightmare Alley, and the new Matrix movie before The Last Duel played at my theater, which has recliner seats, by the way. That's awesome. Which trailers did I get? I think I got The Matrix. I don't know if... Did I get Eternals? Because if I got Eternals, I put these bad boys on and I covered my face and my eyes not to look at it. What else did I get? I don't remember what else I got, because when there's trailers, I'm usually on my phone, because I've either seen the trailers or I don't want to see the trailers. But I don't remember which ones I got. That's actually a good question. I'm sorry I do not remember which trailers I got. But yeah, all right. 1 of 3. Your thoughts on on Rosie Day playing Celia Black in the Beatles manager biopic Midas Man? I don't know what any of these are so far. 3 of 3. Okay, 2 of 3. Thoughts on Jacob Fortune Lloyd playing the Beatles manager Brian Epstein? Who would you pick to play the Beatles? Oh, no. So, regarding the 1 of 3 and the 2 of 3, I have no idea who those people are, the roles or the actors, so I can't comment on it. Who would I pick to play the Beatles in the movie is interesting. I think I want to see Jack Lowden play one of them. I don't know which one. I'm not that into the Beatles. I like their songs, and that's it. Who would I pick to play the Beatles? I don't know. Jack Lowden is one. I'd like to see him play one of the roles. But apart from that, no idea. Zach, do you have any clues? Do you have any fan castings for the Beatles?
I personally don't, if I'm being honest.
Right.
I would rather, just get someone who's not big, I guess.
Yeah.
That can embody the
Yes,
role.
get a knowns.
Yeah.
Completely. Where are we? Ooh, this is a good one. Luis
Look, I'm in
Luciano, thoughts on
Belfast.
Babel? Oh, yes, you are. So good. When are you seeing it? Do you know when you're seeing it?
The 4th.
The 4th
of November.
Nice. So good. I love that movie so much. I don't know if you're gonna... I know you'll at least like it, because it's a solid film. I don't know if you're gonna love it, but I hope you do.
Why you say that?
It's so good.
I hope I do.
I
It
don't
looks
know.
really good.
It looks so good. It is very good. I've seen it. There's a review.
You think it's going to win Best Picture?
I think it's going to be a favorite. Right now, I think it's too early to call it. So I hope Stuart Keating is not watching it and doesn't ask me that right now. Let me see the nominees, like last year, Stuart.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Luis Feliciano, thoughts on Babylon wrapping filming? It's coming, baby. It's coming home. The Return of the King, Damien Chazelle, Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt, the Roaring 20s. It's the 20s, right? That film is set in the 20s, right? The Roaring 20s, man. The Return of the King. King Chazelle back to the Best Picture race. Can't wait, man. Super excited. It's tangible. Now, at any moment now, we could see stills. We could see a poster. We could see a trailer. Oh, I can't wait for Babylon. Zach, how excited are you for Babylon? How are you feeling about
It's one of my most anticipated films of next year, man.
Yeah.
I've heard what the intro scene is, and everything I hear about it, I'm just like, fuck, give me the movie. It sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I will say everything that I've heard though, this sounds to be Damien Chazelle's biggest film yet. And yes, he went to space, and it even sounds bigger than that. Because personally, that movie was small in scale when it comes down to everything. So really, really excited for this one, man.
Jacoby P says, Ren is imagining himself in a three-way with Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie. I will not confirm nor deny such an accusation.
That's why his hair's up right now.
Yes. Later, I wonder, Ren, if you'll go see this Barbie film right away if Ryan Gosling does indeed sign up officially to be Ken, and this has his goddess Margot Robbie and said, "Oh, I'll go see the movie right away, whether Ryan Gosling signs in or not, because it already has the goddess." So that's all I need. That's all I need. But yeah. Questions.
I wish there was like two chats we could do. One that sends in questions and one that's everyone talking.
Yes. Yeah. GGOP, pitch a movie with Margot Robbie and Ryan Reynolds, and Ren, you can't be in it. Damn it, I wouldn't put myself in it. It has to be a comedy for sure, and I would love to see Margot Robbie in more comedies. And I know Barbie is going to be a comedy. We established that. Ooh. I'm going to go classic. I'm going to go very cliched, but with these two, it might just work. I want to do, I don't want to do a benefits type of thing. Not friends with benefits, the thing, the agreement, the actual movie friend. Like a guy and a girl, there are friends, and there are young adults living in, I don't know, New York or LA, and they have fun and eventually end up falling in love with one another. The classic thing, but I think with these two, it could be something new. That's what I got off the top of my head. Zach, any ideas?
You know, I would love to pitch a movie about both of them where they live in a world where they can't touch each other.
In a world. Ooh, where they can't touch each other. I like that.
Yeah, and but they really want to. Like it's a society where people are no longer allowed to touch each other. You can only touch yourself.
Oh, okay.
So everyone lives in like a bubble. Yeah, pretty much. And they really want to do it. Like they just are super into each other. This movie is written and directed by MacGyver himself, or MacGruber, should I say, of Will Forte.
Oh, MacGruber, Will Forte.
And yeah, and it's just them two. They're the last people on Earth, and
I was very much related to Ryan Reynolds' character in that film. Just want to say that. All right, Tanishk. I hope that's how I pronounce it. Have you watched any Bollywood movie? Nope, I have not.
I saw the Cheetah Girls movie when they went to India.
I'm not sure that counts. All right. We had a jump. I apologize. Where are we? We're Tanish. Oh, there we are. Okay, here we are. Joe Fletcher, thoughts on Birds of Prey getting a here we go. Getting a sequel. The first movie is my fourth favorite DCU movie behind Man of Steel, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and the Suicide Squad. And I'm very excited. I'm really excited for this, even though Harley is not in it. Zach, you want to go first?
I think it's dumb not to have Harley in it. That's like my one reaction coming out of it. But I'm happy they're like. First off, I hope Kathy gets to do it. I really hope she gets to do it, because I liked her directing the first one. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm excited for this just because people were like, "Oh, it's never gonna get a sequel," and I hated like people talking shit about this movie because it came out at a weird time, but it also got its money back for the budget it had. So, fuck you. And I want to see more like creative stuff like this, and I like the Black Canary character a lot. So I'm hoping they can expand a little bit more. I think it's a little bit weak sauce to not bring Harley in, but maybe that's because she's gonna do Gotham City Sirens and have Poison Ivy. Fingers crossed. I don't know. I would love to see Margot Robbie play around with Leslie Grace though, as Batgirl. Just saying, I think that would be fucking awesome. So
That'd be cool.
maybe one
That'd
day.
be cool.
Maybe one day. What about you, Ren? I know you're not a fan of the original.
I'm indifferent because I'm not a fan of the original Birds of Prey. I wanted to like it. I like the trailers very much. It stars my goddess. It stars my favorite female comic book character of all time. There was going into that film. There was nothing but excitement on my part, and I didn't think it was a very good movie. And I find it odd that you take the one thing. Speaking for myself, obviously, the one thing that did work in that film, which was Harley Quinn, and they're taking it out. So. They're kind of giving me reasons not to be excited. At least right now, that's how I feel. But that's me, because I know a lot of people like it. In my household, I'm the one person that didn't like it.
Yeah, 'cause you fucking suck. That's why, Ren. Sorry.
Oh, well, I can live with that. Lydia, Ren, by the way, have you seen the latest video from Pokemon in which they revealed new forms of Zorua and Zoroark? So I didn't see the video. I saw there were pictures and I saw like the headlines. There's new forms of Zorua and Zoroark, but I didn't see the video, unfortunately. So yeah. Jigo EP, okay. Y'all gonna be Zendaya in this situation. Who do you prefer, Tom Holland or Timothy Chalamet? If I gotta be Zendaya, I hope she prefers Tom Holland because she's dating him.
Which can I just say, dude? All the interviews with them, Timmy fucking dives into that.
Mhm.
Like I watched another one last night, and he mentions Tom twice in it. One was a compliment. Yeah. So now
he's more in love with Tom Holland than Zendaya is.
I have to see Tom. Someone's got to ask Tom Holland these during the Spider-Man No Way Home junkets because and Timothy doesn't even get at so someone did bring up Spider-Man and how Timothy was up for it. And Timmy's like, yeah, I was really mad. But then I saw Tom Holland. I see why Zendaya likes him so much. He's the perfect Spider-Man. And Zendaya was like, oh yeah, honestly, I couldn't have ever seen Timothy playing Spider-Man, but as Paul Atreides, I see him as Paul Atreides. So it's like everything works out in the end. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm sure Tom Holland's getting paid a lot more than you, Timothy. Just saying. The other thing that was funny at the end of the interview, though, they asked him, so Timothy, are you going to bulk up for the next Dune? He goes, well, that's the thing. I was asking Denis. I was like, so when's the next film going to take place? Like right after, a little bit later. Because I want to know. I want to get bulked up. He goes, I'm already working with Tom Holland's actual trainer right now, and I don't know if his trainer told him, but I can lift more than him.
Well, Timmy, I've looked at you, and I bet you can't.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, dude, you are skinny.
Yeah,
Tom Holland.
You're in shape. You're in shape, but you're skinny.
You're a track runner.
Dominican Scott, weekly ranking: number 1, Squid Game; number 2, I.A.T.S.E 2017; and number 3, Halloween Kills. I definitely agree with Halloween in last place. That's for sure. All right. Ren and Zach, is it completely safe to say at this point that Dune will be your number 1 best movie of 2021 based on how many times you have seen it, or not yet? Not yet, because there's still a lot of movies coming out this year.
And honestly, I've seen Suicide Squad 15 times, so...
Oh, shit.
But that's my second favorite of the year. I will say this. Eternals is the only movie I think at this point might beat Dune for me. As my number 1.
I believe that too.
Unless No Way Home, I'm saying this right now, unless No Way Home fucking shatters expectations. I don't just mean nostalgic and fun and stuff comic book wise. I mean actually makes a fucking amazing movie. Endgame level amazing. You know what I mean? Because I know it's going to be fun. I know it's going to be a lot of greatness in there. But I love Far From Home. I love Far From Home. And I don't think and again, that's a lot of reason because I love Jake Gyllenhaal. And he played my favorite comic book villain, my favorite Spider-Man comic book villain. So we'll see, man. But I'm interested, but it's gonna be hard to beat Dune. It's gonna be very hard to beat Dune.
Yeah.
What if I told you, Ren, you could only watch one movie? Malcolm and Marie or Dune? The other one erases forever and you can never see it again.
I'm not playing this game, you sick fuck. I'm not playing this game. Joe Fletcher, have you guys seen the new Spider-Man No Way Home stills? We have. One of them looks really good. The other looks really funny. You called
There's
this,
already
by the way.
memes.
Zach called this.
I
Zach
told
said,
you someone was gonna do it.
you want to have this as a main topic, and I'm like, is it worth it? And he's like, never mind, somebody's gonna ask about it, and you did, Joel. So yeah, one
This
is
is
really
why
good,
we
one
don't
is
put
really
everything
funny.
as a topic, because then there would be no
Exactly.
questions.
Thoughts on Cillian Murphy? This is John Cena, by the way. John Cena is asking it. He follows me on Twitter, by the way. He followed me before I followed him. I followed him back, just so you know. Thoughts on Cillian Murphy and Emily Blunt in Nolan's next movie? I'm so excited. Very excited. This news came out this week. And again, it's not a sure thing yet. From what I read, she was in final talks. But we know that Cillian Murphy and Emily Blunt work great together in one of my favorite movies of the year in 2021. We know Cillian Murphy works great with Christopher Nolan, and we know Emily Blunt is fan-fucking-tastic, so I'm very excited for this. I love
When you
this
say
prospect.
fan-fucking-tastic, do you mean Fantastic Four as well, Ren? Are you alluding that you know she's been casted in Fantastic Four?
I will not confirm nor deny such accusations, sir.
I will say I really like this casting. And I'm really curious to see when Nolan actually drops a bomb somewhere. That's gonna be pretty cool.
Same. A practical bomb. Gigo AP. This is for Zach only, since he loves the band. What is your favorite Foo Fighters song? Mine is Walk Off the album Wasting Light. Is Walk Off the album Wasting Light, and was also featured in the first Thor. Oh, okay.
I am curious. Have you listened to their older stuff, G? I'm just curious because I love the Foo Fighters, but their last like 3 albums I've liked but not loved. Wasting Light was probably their last best one, but for me, my favorite Foo Fighters song is Best of You or My Hero. Or Everlong. The acoustic version of Everlong in times like these are fucking great. I love all the old stuff for Foo Fighters, and it's funny when you go to the concerts because I've seen them twice. Anytime they play their new stuff, everyone's sitting down. The second they play their old stuff, everyone's fucking standing up cheering. So you play to the crowd. Right.
Joe Fletcher, what Oscars do you think Dune gets nominated for? I think Rebecca Ferguson deserves to be nominated, and I will be shocked if Hans Zimmer does not win. Give it all the nominations, my opinion. So right now, and obviously we reserve the right to change opinion as more information comes out. Score, sound, cinematography,
costume,
editing, costume, production, makeup and hairstyling.
Anything technical and like anything on that
technical. Do
sound
you think
mixing,
it gets the
sound
big
editing.
One, Zach?
Yeah.
But those are one and the same, so I'm
going to be honest. Sound. I think it's like Mad Max Fury Road type thing where Mad Max cleared out the whole technical presentation. Yeah. And arguably, I mean, I know you're not huge on the film, but you know what I mean? Arguably, it was a front runner that year for Best Picture. I think the same things for
I'm not the biggest fan of Mad Max, but I wouldn't say it doesn't deserve those technical nominations. Maybe it doesn't deserve the wins. I have to go back and look at the other nominees, but I don't know. But certainly deserve the nominations.
Yeah, but I think Dune.
Do you think it gets the two big ones?
Best Picture and Best Director?
Best Picture and Best Director.
Best Picture, yes, because it has to be 10 people.
Okay.
It's 10 movies this year no matter what. So it will be best. I'll be shocked if it's not.
Okay.
I want to say yes to Director, but I feel like that is a stacked category this year, and we still have like a lot of films to see. I want to say yes right now, but I also haven't seen Spencer. I also have not seen Belfast. I have also not seen King Richard, which right now a lot of analysts are predicting King Richard or Belfast to take Best Picture. So we'll see. Rebecca Ferguson though, hands down deserves a supporting nomination. I don't care. She gives probably my second favorite performance of the entire year in that category. So Hans Zimmer, if he doesn't win, I'd be shocked. He has 2 of his best scores yet. No Time to Die in this one. Like those are 2 of his best scores he's ever done. But Dune is his top 2. I mean, it's probably like Dark Knight and Dune, like this, like or even Inception and Dune. I don't know. Did he do Interstellars? Wait, did he do Interstellars?
Hans Zimmer, yes.
Fuck. It's up there. It's up there pretty high.
All right. Let's take 5 more questions. Let's take 5 more questions. Joe Fletcher, who would you cast as Poison Ivy and Catwoman in
We
the
already have
DCU? For
Catwoman.
me, Jodie, not in the DCU. For me, Jodie Comer for Poison Ivy. Ooh, that's good. Jodie Comer for Poison Ivy and Ana de Armas for Catwoman. I would also like to see Ana de Armas as Poison Ivy, but I don't know if I have another one for Catwoman, because that's
Can we all
amazing.
remember Anna was up for Catwoman for Batman?
I know.
So I gotta be honest, Poison Ivy. For
I think
me,
you win.
I got one
Yeah.
for Poison Ivy. I love Jodie Comer's pick, but Victoria Pettery from Bly Manor.
Oh, Pedretti. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I want her
She's
for Poison Ivy. I'd want her. I want her for Poison Ivy so bad. I think me and Amanda were talking about that. I was like, I want her so bad as in that role. Catwoman, oddity. I mean, that's Paloma from No Time to Die, man. Just fucking.
I really like your choices, Joel.
Yeah, I can't go any different.
I'm gonna throw.
Can I also say Jodie Comer's Catwoman would be cool too? Just saying, she would be cool as Catwoman. But
I'm also gonna throw out there the obvious casting, but it's obvious because it's so good, and that is Emma Stone as Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy.
Yeah, that's
I said Poison Ivy. I said it with a British accent.
True.
For
Poison
some reason.
Ivy.
Poison Ivy.
So sweet. Yeah, I agree.
All right. Lady Aaron, Ren, as you are a score junkie, what do you think about the score for the last duel? I personally really liked it, as it made me feel like I was in that time period. I like the score. It didn't stand out too terribly much for me, so I wouldn't call it one of the best of the year so far. But I know I'm probably going to watch it again because my housemate also wants to see it, and she hasn't. So I'll have to go see it again. Zach, did you like the score for the last duel?
Yeah, I liked it. Real fast. Tom Holland, a quote came out against him about Spider-Man No Way Home, and I just find it funny because it gives us more confirmation.
Against him?
Well, no, not against him, but like it's just Tom Holland has admitted that he was skeptical of Spider-Man No Way Home's first pitch. He said, you're just not going to be able to get everyone to do it and what they need to do. It's just not going to happen. But it did happen, and it's crazy and exciting. So you telling
want more confirmation?
So you're telling me Tobey Maguire said yes? You're telling me Andrew Garfield said yes?
And Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, he was the easier one to get, in my opinion. But let's just...
Yeah, he was the easier one, but he wasn't easy. Yeah. Like between the two, yes, he'll be easier compared to Tobey, but he won't be easy. All right. Also, Ren, this counts as one, by the way. We're not taking Aaron's questions as 2 questions. So after this one, we'll still have 3 questions. Also, Ren, if I'm correct, the same person who did the score for Last Duel is probably doing the score for House of Gucci, which makes me really... No idea. I have no clue if they're doing the same... I have no idea who did the score. I didn't know who did the score for the Last Duel.
I'll look it up. While we're doing this. I got it.
Okay, you'll look it. Because I should know this, even if the score didn't stand out too terribly much for me. I should know
Harry
this.
Williams. He's done The Martian, Man on Fire.
Yeah, not a composer I'm terribly familiar with.
He did Infinite, Mulan, The Meg.
I mean, the score for Infinite also didn't stand out. If that counts for something.
And then House of Gucci is the same person.
Okay, yeah. I mean, again, didn't stand out too terribly much for me, for better or worse. That's what I'll say. Where are we? 3 more questions. Come on, everyone. Come on. I saw one from Eric Thorpe. Eric Thorpe had a good question. Here it is, 1 of 2. Daniel Craig, I think, generally deserves a Best Actor nomination for No Time to Die, especially since it's his last one. It would be a beautiful way to honor his legacy as Bond and how he brought the role to a new level. Thoughts? So, I will say this, Eric, and I think I agree with you. It'd be a beautiful way to honor his legacy and how he brought the role to a new level. But that's not what the Oscars are about, and I don't think they should ever nominate anyone based on that. Just like when I thought they should have nominated Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man in Endgame, I didn't think they should have nominated him to honor his legacy because it was the last film. I thought they should have nominated because he was, in my opinion,
Yeah.
obviously, one of the best performances of the year. I think Daniel Craig's performance in No Time to Die is his best performance as a character. I think it's one of the best lead actor performances of the year.
Yep.
But I don't think he's getting the nomination. Again, because there are
It's
only
too strong.
5
It's
slots.
too strong. Yeah.
It's
If it was 10,
strong.
maybe.
Yeah. It's a strong year. Having just come out of the London Film Festival, I can tell you, even movies that are not overall nearly as good as No Time to Die, there are performances that are stronger. That
Are
are
you talking about Will Smith?
Also, obviously, Will Smith. Look. Which one do I prefer? I might prefer Daniel Craig's, but I think they would give the nomination to
because everyone's predicting him right now.
He's the favorite. But if you ask me, who would I give the nomination? Who would I give the Oscar for Best Lead Actor to? Denzel Washington in The Tragedy of Macbeth. Entire film.
I am.
The guy takes you to a masterclass of acting. That entire film is, this is acting. Oh, okay. And Denzel Washington.
And I'm guessing Frances McDormand does the same thing.
Oh, yes. But is that surprising? She is the reigning defending Best Actress.
2 years.
I don't know if she's
going back to back almost. She almost got back to back pretty much.
She's not going to win this year. Hopefully, she's not going to win this year because she's certainly not the favorite this year.
Dude, I'm praying it's Kristen Stewart. I'm praying it's Kristen Stewart.
I have seen that film, and I guarantee you guys, that's the best performance I have seen. Remember I know most of you disagree, Zach. I know you disagree, but remember last year when everyone was talking about Chadwick, and I was like, yes, Chadwick is fantastic, but Anthony Hopkins is on another level. Frances is fantastic, and everyone that is supposedly going to be nominated is fantastic, but Kristen Stewart is on another level.
You haven't seen Eyes of Tammy Faye yet, though, right?
No.
Okay, because that's the best. I mean, for that category, that's the best performance I've seen. Okay. Right now. I don't think it'll stay like that because I didn't love the movie, but I loved Chess.
Are you seeing Spencer soon? I
mean, if we don't get a screener out here, I'm just gonna go see it when it comes out. But it's not
Which
playing
shouldn't be too long.
Festivals. No, it says it comes out the 5th. In the United States.
Yeah, over here it's the same.
So I assume the screening will be that week because we have there's only 2 screenings that week right now, which is Belfast and something else. So I imagine they'll probably do Spencer as well that week.
Alrighty. Nathan Holton. Are you guys fans of Robert Pattinson? Yes. And if so, do you have a favorite film or favorite performance from him? Favorite film? What would be my favorite Robert Pattinson star? I can tell you right now, my favorite performance from him, favorite film might be The Lighthouse. Before the Batman, obviously. Favorite film might be The Lighthouse, but I think and his performance in The Lighthouse is amazing. So definitely see that one. He's amazing in Good Time. My favorite performance from his, Zach, and he's not even the lead in that film. My favorite performance from his is still The Rover from 2014. It's an Australian film starring Guy Pearce. And Robert Pattinson is in a supporting role, but that's still my favorite performance of his. It might be in part due to the fact that was the first good performance I saw from him. I was like, oh, Pattinson can act. Pattinson has got the chops. So yeah, that's my favorite performance of Robert Pattinson's. So yeah,
good.
What about you? What's your favorite performance? Cheery out, man.
It's probably Good Time. Good Time. The Rover was where I was like, this guy can fucking act. I really liked him in The King though, with Timothée Chalamet for the small role he had. I mean, he blows it out of the park every single time I see him in something. The one movie though, I will say I don't like the movie, but I loved him in it was High Life. I did not like that movie, but I loved him in it.
Okay. So, I liked High. I didn't love it, but I liked High Life
for sure.
How
many more we got? One more?
Let's take this one. Since Halloween is coming up next week, and what are you guys going to dress up No, are you guys going to dress up in costumes this year? If so, what's your costume going to be? And what's the best and worst costumes you've ever worn? So I'm not dressing up as anything because Halloween is just not that big here. We're going to the cinema to watch the original Scream, so I'm not going to dress up to go to the cinema. And what's the best and worst costumes I've ever worn? Best and worst would probably not even be on Halloween. It would probably be costumes from a Comic-Con that I've attended. My best would probably be when I dressed up as Doctor Strange, which I've shown Zach those pictures.
Those are
Either
dope.
that or when I dressed up as Kylo Ren or as the Doctor from Doctor Who, the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith to be precise, the best one. I don't know. Like I'm not proud of every costume I've worn, but I don't know which one is the worst, honestly. I don't. But yeah, this year I'm not dressing up as anything. Zach, are you dressing up as anything? Are you gonna go trick or treat?
So me and my girlfriend wanted to do Milena and Red Guardian, but I couldn't find like
Oh, nice.
good costumes for them. Like they all looked fucking cheap, and then they were like way overly expensive. So I'm like, fuck that. So
Yeah.
I think if we do, we're gonna do slashers. So she wants to be Michael, and then I'll be I think I said I'll
Jamie
do
Lee Curtis?
Scream because I'm gonna watch Scream for the first time on
Okay.
Halloween because I've never seen it. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
I was like, okay. So we're thinking about doing something like that. Best costume I've ever worn. I don't know off the top of my head. I can't think of one. I will say I want a fucking Dune costume. I saw people came to our screenings dressed in the Furman outfits.
Oh,
And
nice.
dude, I'm like, where did you get that from? I will wear that every day.
And how expensive was it?
Yeah, exactly. So my favorite costume though, I guess I have two. I own a giant Ted costume. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Spider-Man and a Deadpool one, which I really like. But the Deadpool one's ruined right now, so I can't wear that one.
Oh man. Jico EP. What is your favorite non-Deadpool performances from Ryan Reynolds? For me, it's forget Deadpool can be included in the conversation. It's Buried. Buried is his best performance.
Yep.
Without a shadow of a doubt in my mind. Maybe not his best movie overall. I hate the ending of Buried, but his performance, it's Buried for sure.
Yeah.
And like I said, those movies show he has a lot of range. More range than people give him credit for. I actually didn't think he was that good in the voices, but it still shows more range, like you say. But its best performance overall is definitely Buried. 100%.
I agree.
All right, let's take this one because it's quick. Will the next Bond take place in the new continuity, do you think?
Yep.
Yes.
100%.
Maybe they'll keep Ray Fiennes as M, like they kept Judi Dench, but
that'd be
it's
cool,
gonna be a new continuity.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't think they will. It would be cool.
I don't think they will either. I just think
I'm
it's
still
possible.
wondering on that choice. Do you know why they did that? I'm always so confused.
No, I heard from what I've always heard is that it was Martin Campbell's preference. He's like, can I have Judi Dench back? That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We'll be back next week with more Geeks at the Roundtable goodness. Maybe we'll have good news. Maybe the week will open with a confirmation that Dune Part 2 is coming. So if you have not seen Dune, please go watch it in theaters. If you have seen Dune, please pretend like you didn't see it and go watch it in theaters.
If they do not announce that next week,
yeah,
I'm gonna fucking scream.
As long as they don't say it's not happening, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be nervous until
I'm gonna be honest with you. They will never say that. They will never say that it's not happening. It'll be Denis that says it or something like that.
They will not have a statement about it, but the news will come out that it's not happening.
Yeah. And then everyone's gonna scream at them.
Yeah. That's it for this week's Geeks at the Roundtable. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you so much to I.A.T.S.E and Sarah for supporting the channel while asking great questions. Thank you all for all your great direct questions on a super. Yes, they wanted to see Zach without his shirt for $2. Zach's not that cheap. He is cheap. He's a cheap son of a bitch, but not that cheap. All right, everyone. We'll be back next week. Zach and I got a lot of content coming this week. go check out the London Film Festival reviews that are up right now. There is a playlist on the channel, and every other review that is up right now, every other content that Zach and I upload this week, we want to talk to you guys about it. You want to talk to us about it, so make sure you watch those videos and comment on them, and we'll do our best to get to you. And until the next one, obviously, Zach and I say, love each other.